All right, everyone. Listen. I think somebody is accidentally sharing their screen. If that's you, you can stop the sharing. Thank you. All right, listen, guys, we are fired up. It is game time, and right now I am in Northern California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. I know you guys are in. I see everybody chiming in from all different time zones. Make sure you're muted out, by the way. But welcome. We have something very, very special for everybody this evening. My name is Billy Scott, one of the vice presidents with FES. I'm just part of the support structure here in the company. If you're brand new, welcome to the family. If you've been around, welcome back. And welcome back to everybody who was with us in Vegas over this last weekend at the big event. It's the convention. It's the big event that the company puts on once a year. Now, we have a few big events throughout the year, right? But the company only puts on one for everybody, where you get everything from recognition to training and everything else. So welcome back. I know you guys are fired up and not wasting any time. People are enrolling people left and right, losing sleep and just really going hard. And so we wanted to, the thing about when you come back from an event like this, you get 2-3 days of information and inspiration and, high energy. And it's so important to take all of that information and energy and to condense it into a solid, clear game plan, right? Otherwise, if you get a bunch of information and it's not clarified, it's not simplified, then you'll leave out of that big event looking like an octopus on roller skates, right? Excited, moving in every direction but straight. And so we want to make sure we put this in place to help you take all of that information so you can run with it to where you want to go in this business. The second thing, this is the last few days of this volume month, and so we want to make sure we put something in place that support that so you can close this volume month out and have what you need to make that happen. And then the last piece is, on Sunday starts a brand new 5-week volume month. And so we are going to give you so much value on tonight's event that you will have everything you need to really run and grow and build to the next level. And several people, I'm looking at all the faces on here, I don't know who it's going to be, all right? I know everybody will have a chance to grow with this, but there's going to be some people that we see get promoted 3 times, maybe more. From this event tonight, there's going to be some massive success stories created closing out this month and going into the new 5-week volume month. And so here's what I wanted to open up with. I wanted to do a quick recap, or really not a full recap, but just highlight why we're so fired up coming out of Las Vegas. We got a couple announcements. Well, let's talk about last year alone. Last year, in 2018, the company created 76 vice presidents, 18 regional vice presidents. That means their businesses are doing $250,000 a month or more. 9 executive vice presidents, 5 senior vice presidents, 2 senior regional vice presidents, and 1 senior executive vice president. Our company is on fire. I can go over a lot. Here's one of my other the highlights that got me fired up. So last month, because some people say somebody said something negative about our company. Well, listen, let me tell you something. If your company's not making any noise, here's a better way to say it. If you don't have any haters, you're not doing something right. That's the way I was taught. But I'm going to say it a little more politically correct. My friend, one of my mentors would always say, Billy, a dog does not bark at a parked car, right? Only the ones that are moving. So you have to expect that to come. Any positive company, maybe the one you work for, have you had somebody say something negative about you that wasn't true, right? So that's going to happen. It comes with the territory. But we got the specific numbers to go with that fired me up. Last year in 2018, our company did 93,000 transactions, meaning customers, people enrolling as customers or agents. And out of 93,000, we only had 50 complaints. Do you know how excited I got about that? Guys, listen, then they started to transition into how much money we gave away to the YFL. So I knew about the $350,000 that they were giving away in scholarships, which they brought the top contestants to the event and gave the checks out. But there was an additional $68,000 that they donated that they're donating this year towards the actual resources at the schools for the program. So it's actually a total of $408,000 this year to the YFL Foundation from everything that we did last year. But here was the real highlights that got us fired up. Guess what? We have some new products coming. We got telemedicine launching. We have FES, the new FES travel launching with guaranteed lowest pricing on your travel services. We have, I can go on and on, but here's the one everybody's fired up. We're partnering with T-Mobile. That's been finalized and launching. Imagine having a phone plan where 3 things happen. 1, you get the low price of $49 a month for unlimited everything with a setup fee, $99, right? 2, when you refer 5 people to it, then your monthly service is free. Yeah, I paused on purpose. I wanted that to marinate. But 3, this is where it gets crazy. Your customers get to refer people. And when your customers refer 5 people, their service will be free.
Damn.
But they can't get the commissions because they're only customers. So unfortunately, the commissions have to be paid to you. Oh, man. Listen, guys, the company is just, listen, we haven't even seen the start. Here's what I consider. Me being around in this profession for about 16 years now, everything we've done up until this point in FES has been what we call pre-launch, guys. The company hasn't even started. We haven't even scratched the scratch of the surface. And so we got new products coming. Guess what? We got new, fresh websites coming. We have a new meeting calendar. Imagine being able to go on your back office and see the meetings going on in different states. So if you have contacts there, you know exactly where to send them. You can contact the person who runs the meeting and have the support nationwide versus just your local area. We got new videos coming. We also have, this is the one I'm fired up, is a new app that's coming to help you build your business. It's going to help you with everything from the exposure process to the follow-up process with sales funnels and tracking your leads. And what else does it do? Email campaigns. It has training in it. It has tracking of everything. Imagine sending somebody a video. They get their own personalized link, and you can see when they click the video, when they stop the video, how much of the video they watch. Even if you send them the text, you ever send somebody the information you haven't heard from them in weeks or months? If you send that link today and they don't watch it for 2 weeks, you will get the alert 2 weeks from now so you know when to follow up. See, fortune's not just in the follow-up, fortune's in the immediate follow-up. You want to follow up, strike when the iron's hot. So listen, guys, I just wanted to do that quick recap of Las Vegas, but let me just tell you, the big event, here's what I figured out. You know, the big event is where all the pieces of the puzzle to come together. If you haven't been to the big event, you've got to make a commitment to get to the next one. On this road trip to success in network marketing, it's literally like a road trip, driving. And what happens if you keep driving and passing up every gas station? Eventually you'll run out of gas. Well, those big events are our gas stations to get refueled and re-inspired for the journey that we're on. And so you got to make it to the next event. Start getting your money prepared. The next event is going to be announced very, very soon in the summertime. So start preparing for that. But I will also say this. Vegas is gone. That was the past, right? So we don't want to focus on the past, and not just the past this past weekend, but also whatever's happened in your business in the past. Because our company is different just from a week ago, definitely different from a year ago. And guess what? One of the biggest problems that hold people back is spending too much time on the past, right? What my business, what I didn't achieve, what I didn't do, what didn't happen last week. And here's what I found out. If God wanted you to go backwards, he would have put your feet in reverse. Yeah, let that marinate. So we got to, leaving off for tonight's event, you want to be so focused on moving forward, closing out this month, going into the next volume month, that you set yourself up for new levels of success that you didn't even expect. Got that. All right, so here's what I want to do. It's time for the lineup. And I know some of you, this is late in some time zones. I know this is not our regular call time, right? This is not the regular time, our regular call, right? But also, regular calls are for regular success, right? So you can hop on our regular calls, for the regular, right? This isn't going to be a weekly thing at this time zone. I mean, at this exact time. But what I'm telling you is that tonight is not regular because we don't want you to have a regular 2019. The lineup that we're bringing on right now is not a regular lineup. It's not just two people, 3 people. When you see this lineup that I'm about to pass it to in just a few seconds, you'll understand exactly why this needed to be put in place. It was a necessity, and we could not wait another day to do it. So if you haven't already grabbed something to take notes with, it is that time for you to do so. Record it at the same time. Do whatever you can to capture as much of this information as you can. And with that said, I want to move out the way because I have the honor of bringing on the first of our speakers tonight. This gentleman was recognized all throughout the weekend, crossing the stage for not only his success, but the number of people that he's helped. He's one of us. I think there's only about 15 people out of the whole company that has achieved the level, the title that he's achieved. He's an executive vice president. That means that his business is doing a minimum of $500,000 per month in business volume, right? I remember trying to get to 500, right? 5,000 maybe, right? But 500,000 a month in sales is somebody that understands this business at a level that most people don't. But the topic he's going to speak on tonight is mindset, right? We all understand how important that is. Well, here's a gentleman who's been mentored and taught by people like Tony Robbins. Here's somebody who's invested 6 figures into his own mind and personal growth and is here to share some principles and value that's going to help you get your mind in a place it needs to be for the rest of tonight's event. With that said, I want to move out of the way for Executive Vice President, multiple 6-figure income earner, Mr. Mike Burgos. Are you live with us?
Yes, I'm live. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, man. Let's get this ball rolling. So I'm over here in Canada. It's cold, but I'm going to bring a fire. I'm going to melt all of the snow in this whole entire place. I'm excited. I'm hearing you, Bill Scott. I want to start all over again. I'm not even joking, bro. The excitement in your voice. I know you saw what we saw at the convention, but I just want to take my hat off to you, man. You've been the most consistent person that I know in my life, bro. You've always been the guy who always makes sure the calls are going on. You work behind the scenes. You have your own team, but you went out there, always helping other people's team. Just the heart that you have is amazing. Vice President, Regional Vice President, I'm chilling again right now. You started, you pioneered your own marketplace. I want to give the credit back to you, sir. Just want to let you know your leadership is impeccable in the whole entire company, man. You are a solid leader, brother. So I just want to give thanks back to Mr. Billy Scott. And if you are on the call right now, you work with Mr. Billy Scott, please work with him tightly because this gentleman is a professional. He knows how to run his business professionally. He's going to take you all the way to the top. So with that being said, I want to give the credit back to Mr. Billy Scott.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Great. We got a little kid drawing on this board. So, anyway. So, we can get started, guys. My name is Mike Burgos. I'm going to kind of go through the slides real quick. I don't want anybody to fall asleep. I wish I could see your face eye to eye so I could wake you up, but I can't. I'm going to try to scream as much as possible so I can bring some light into you. But my story is very simple. 2 years ago, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I was a gentleman. We used to work at Wells Fargo. You know, we dress really nice. We think we make money, but we don't make any money. So my account was overdrawn every single 30 days, and I was just tired of being tired. Long story short, guys, there's a gentleman by the name of Bruce Lee Rochester. I reached out to him. Some people pray for opportunity. Does that make any sense to me? So with that being said, guys, we got started with this amazing opportunity to have this simple conversation with Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, and I'm super honored to get started with him because he knows 100% of this information. He said, Mike, the opportunity is credit. That's the service. Do you want to get started? I said, Bruce, don't even do the presentation. You don't have to sell me. I'm in. My credit is bad, and I'm a banker, and I'm broke. I'm in. He said, Mike, $288. Bruce, I don't have the $288. It's all on you, buddy. You pay for me, I go to work. Flip the script on them. You invested in me today. I'm here, guys. You made also 6 figures for the company. But I'll tell you right now, we haven't even scratched the surface yet. Guys, it took me 60 days to pay my entire debt. $21,000 of debt. My question for you here, are you here just to kind of get on a Zoom call? Or you here because you want to change your life? Because I'm telling you, this is not a five-year game plan. This is a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year game plan. You could do this slow, you could do this fast. Within the first 90 days, guys, I was able to pay not just all my debt. I walked away from my job, fired my boss, but my credit score went from 497 to 696 credit score. Today we're in the high 700, but I'm so grateful for this amazing opportunity. Let's jump straight into the information because we don't have a lot of time to waste. Some of you look like you're already falling asleep because it's already 10:30, 10:13. So let me jump straight into the information. I'm going to talk about mindset, but I want you guys to catch up with me because I'm going to speak very fast so we can have the next speaker. But understand, before we do the presentation, understand everyone is coming from somewhere. Maybe you're coming from this empowering family. But I want you to look at this triangle real quick. If you look at this triangle, since I'm doing it on the mobile, Billy Scott, can you see it clearly?
You see a gray screen right now.
Beautiful. If you see how the blue is left, right? I want you to look at white.
No.
Right? Most people are going to be.
No, we see a gray screen. We don't see it.
You see a gray screen?
There's nothing on the screen. It's just gray.
All right, cool. I was just speaking for the sake of time. We don't want to see much. I'll just speak. All right. So guys, most people, the majority of the population, there are just, if you look at, I want you to picture a triangle, right? There's different layers. At the bottom, at the very, very, very bottom, the majority of the people, they're at the ignorance level, right? You are unconscious that you're engaged in this empowering conversation. You go to work, you have no idea what you're doing. You're talking about life, oh my God, my job is this and that. Life is never going to be the same. You're talking about Trump. When is the Democrat going to be empowered? So you
tomorrow, the next time y'all go to sleep,
another day I
y'all going to go anywhere.
I gotta go to work. I
Once
gotta
you
see my other
finish
boss.
this and you don't
I'm
work
telling you
for
right now,
me,
you
y'all
probably
in
have
trouble.
this conversation. You have
I don't
no
want to
idea.
hear no more
The
noise, though.
reason why your life is the same. You have no idea why your life is not changing. So you don't know what you're doing. You don't know that you are in the wrong. So you're still blaming life. You're still hanging out with your friends. You're still partying. The next level right above is called the post-behavior awareness. You become conscious of the disempowering behavior, but only after the fact. Now, at this point, you got me out a little bit. At this point, you are talking about the bad things, right?
Baby, you got water?
That you're kind of negative. You're talking to your friends. You're wasting your time. You're watching the kind of speed up this real quick, right? Now you know what you're doing wrong, but for some reason, you just can't get yourself out of the side of the trap, right? You're talking about Kim Kardashian. You're talking about Kanye West. You're talking about Gucci. You're talking about what happened in world star hip hop when you forget about your life. Now, the next set of people, they call them present awareness, right? You are conscious that you are engaged in this empowering behavior while you're doing it. Now, at this point, you're catching yourself. Oops, I'm cussing. Oops, I'm talking negative. Oops, you're catching yourself into the conversation. You know you're not supposed to go to the party, but you're catching yourself. At this point, you know what you are about to get into before you get into this empowering conversation. So you know you're about to get into negative. You know you're going to be hanging out with those friends that you're not supposed to be hanging out. So you caught yourself right before you get into the action. Now the other set of people's choice. Now you're conscious that you are about to engage in the behavior, and in that moment you have a choice to do something different. At this point, these are the people you start to listen to audios, you start going to church, you start changing your life, but for some reason you still fall into that trap. But you still have a choice. At times you make a decision to come to training. At times you want to get a customer. You want to get engaged, but you're not fully engaged. You listen to Mr. Alfred Nixon. When you feel like, but you still kind of double dip, right? You still kind of feel like, okay, you know what? I want to be cool, but I want to do FES. But I do want to go to convention. I want to be fully committed. I don't want to be like Mr. Alfred Nixon. He's too much about money. I don't want to be like Michael Burgos. He looks like money is his only God, right? So you kind of in, but you're not. You kind of out. But the next set of people, these are the people that's going to win. Empowerment. You have transformed this empowering behavior with a new empowering conversation. These are the people who wakes up in the morning. Yes, they feel bad, but they say, you know what? Come on. You get up. You are a king. You are a queen. You're going to go out there. You're going to perform. You're going to be the best you can be. I'm not stepping outside of this door without having utmost energy. You go out there, you exercise. You go into work with excitement. You're greeting your boss. Things happen to you. You say, you know what? God, things happen to me, but so what? It shall come to pass. I'm going to move forward no matter what. Somebody said no to me. Forget it. I'm going to go as you be regardless. You are empowered. Bad things happen to you. A customer call you, say, you know what? this is a complete scam. But at this level, you said to yourself, forget this customer. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get 10 more customers. Forget it. If it's going to be up to me, if it's going to be for me to win, it has to be up to me. I don't care if my family don't support me. I don't care if my kids, my wife, my husband doesn't support me. I'm going to go out there and win. You want to be at this level. So let me kind of speed up real quick. Why do we grind? Why do we go after everything we do, guys? Why do we have Mr. Ashley Harry, Mr. Alfred Nixon going out there and doing everything they can to help you guys? It's because one thing, freedom costs. What is the price for your freedom? My question for you is, what does freedom look like for you? Everybody who's on this call right now, take the time. Internalize it. Why are we doing webinars? How long do you want to do webinars? How long do you want to look at your kids and not being able to provide for them? How long are you going to say, wife, next time? How long are you going to look at your family and say, you know what, next year, we're going to get married. Let's postpone this vacation. How many times are you going to look at your kids and say, I'm going to buy this toy for you, but not yet. Daddy don't have it yet. That's the price of freedom. I want you to internalize it. Go back and deep inside of you, right? So, why are we doing network marketing? Some of you here, you're going around the bush, you're telling people, you're being a little chicken. You're like, oh my God, I'm doing the relationship marketing. I work with a mentor. Guys, cut it, okay? This industry has created multiple millionaires. As a matter of fact, network marketing created more millionaires than any industry combined. See, I don't know how to sing. I could jump pretty high, but I can't play basketball. I'm pretty fast, but I'm not that fast to run track.
Are you guys asleep?
Play football, right? But here in network marketing, I can perform. I don't have to look good. All I have to do is just keep on doing the presentation over and over. I'm definitely going to become successful, right? Here are some numbers. 74% of women, 26% of men are involved in network marketing. And the majority of winners, six-figure earners, are women, killing the industry. 2 out of every 3 adults purchase a product or use a service from someone in network marketing. I'm pretty sure someone in your family and everybody in this call at some point bought something from maybe Avon, Herbalife, Melaleuca, or Amway at some point. Because at the end of the day, everybody's doing the same thing. I want you to think about somebody who's on Instagram. Let's go off any major influencer on Instagram. What do an influencer do on Instagram? They promote the product. And they're hoping people like, they hope people comment, but at the same time, they want to grow their following. But at the same time, not just they want to grow, they want to make sure that the product is being sold. People are buying their product. They do the same thing that we do. Instagram is a platform, FES is a platform. The influencers that promote their product, we promote the credit repair. We do the same thing. Everybody, the whole country is becoming network marketing guys. So with that being said, guys, you want to have teachability, you want to go over your reason why. Why are you doing this business? Are you doing this business for a car or for a house? I want you to dig deep within inside of you. And I want to share my reason why so that way you guys can relate. I saw my mom not finishing high school. I saw my father not finishing high school. And I said to myself, you know what? My parents never had the education. And I saw the result of them not having money. Always complaining about money. Money's always a problem in the house. I said to myself, my burgers, from you down, there should never be a problem with money. Money needs to be an empowering conversation from your kids down. I don't want poverty to flourish into your family. I'm cutting this down. I'm cutting that change. Whatever that spirit that is, I'm here to fight. I'm here to destroy that spirit. There's abundance. One thing I know for sure, if I fight all the way and I give the best I can, God is definitely going to provide. So from me down, I don't want my father, my mom to ever have an issue related to money. Whether it's treatment, whether it's some sickness, God forbid, that I can provide. The other things we can't control, but one thing that we can control is work. So that is my reason why. I want to make sure my parents and my offspring that look at me, money's never an issue. We can choose how we want to eat. We can choose the quality of life that we want to live. Does that make any sense, people? So your reason why, everybody in this line, your why is going to change. Some of you are going to have a different why. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your daughter. Maybe it's your son. Maybe it's your grandma. I don't know who it is, but I want you to internalize it. I want you guys to go deep within inside of you and internalize it. You're writing on your wall. Stop playing games. Stop joking with this opportunity. The people who are serious, you see them running the stage. Look at the life of Mr. Ashton Harris, Mr. Nicola Smith Jackson, Mr. Alfred Nix. This guy is living in Beverly Hills, living like a celebrity. If you look at his Instagram, there's no way. You probably think he's an artist, right? He's an artist in our industry. You want to live that type of lifestyle. Why? Mindset of a leader. Don't tell me, oh, the meaning's the same. The meaning's not the same, because if you're good enough, you will be on the stage. And when you're on the stage, you want to show up all the time. Why? Because you have people in the seat. So you need to show up to the event. FES 10 commitments, I'm going to go over them, write them down very fast. Number 1, vision. People perish due to lack of vision. If you don't have a vision, you're running to yourself to a wall. You're wasting your time. Burning desire. Have a burning desire. The reason why when I was homeless, one of the things that happened to me when I was homeless, when I was going through my situation, I was never excited. I was a boring cat. Nobody wanted to buy from my burgers because I was not an attractive person. So what I'm telling you right now, you want to have a burning desire. Having a burning desire can take you to the next level. Having a burning desire is going to show, is going to attract the type of people that you need to have in your life. You're going to attract the right business partners. You don't want to be boring. People don't want to join a boring person. Number 3, work ethic. You want to have a crazy work ethic. Let me just be real with you guys. None of you guys are going to be rich without having to work hard. Forget it. Forget the fact that you're going to win a lot. This is the game where you get rich slowly, but it's better than never getting rich. So work ethic, no excuses. Be at every training. Listen to your mentors. There's no excuse. Don't tell me you gotta go babysit the dog because you gotta babysit the dog. That's the reason why you cannot show up to event. No excuses. Don't give me excuses. Time management, very key. Time management is very key. Don't be taking selfies and be telling people, hey, you know what, I'm working. Make sure you use your 10 hours. Make sure you use your 15 hours per week. If you're going to work for 9 hours, make sure you use 9 hours. This is a business. This is not a hangout session. We're not here to sing kumbaya and pat you on the back and make you feel good. We are here to make money. Skill set, you have to learn the skill set. Alfred Nixon, train. Lucy Rochester, train. Ashton Henry, train. These are professionals. They're paid the price in the industry. You have to get trained. That's why the Tuesday, you want to learn the Tuesday to the point where you have a stadium where you can be trained on your team by yourself. Unless you have a stadium by yourself on your own team where you can train them, then you need to be at the training every single week. Learn the skill set. Commitment. Commitment is just like getting married. Once you put that ring into her finger, you got to stay committed. Whether you like her or not, you got to stay committed because you make the commitment to live with that woman, to that husband for your whole entire life. So make a commitment to your success. My question for you, soon you say, you know what, I'm married to the success, but everything you do for success, right? The best investment is in yourself. If you're not committed to yourself, who should be committing to you? Is it your boss that should commit to yourself, or you should be committing to yourself? Understand that, guys. When you stop this business, when you say no to this business, when you whine and complain, you're just complaining to your beautiful daughter, to your beautiful son, to your reason why. Okay? Commitment, I just talked about commitment. Persistent. Be persistent. You gotta be persistent. Nothing's gonna happen overnight. You gotta keep going. You gotta just like Mr. Ashton Harris, Mr. Alfred Nixon always say, once you have an axe, you're gonna chop the wood little by little. Be persistent, things are gonna happen. Stop looking at people's success. Don't look at Mr. Ashton Harris' success. And you see him on TV, you see him doing all these things, but he paid the price. So stay in your lane, understand that your time is gonna come. Be persistent. Again, production focus. Before last, number 9, production focus. You have to be production focused. Meaning that get an agent, get a customer. If you get an agent per day, that's 365 agents for the whole entire year. You will definitely be vice president above. Okay? Positive attitude. A positive attitude. After all, you gotta have a positive attitude. Meaning that things are gonna happen, guys. You might receive 50 agents, all of them drop. You might get somebody to VP and they drop. You might get somebody to RVP and they drop. But it's all good because the journey is so worth it. It's not about you. It's about going out there and finding diamonds. Sometimes you might help somebody make a lot of money. They may not be the right person. Understand that you always have to grow yourself. Personal growth is everything. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with one last quote. I don't want to keep it too long. You cannot change people around you, but you can change the people that you could choose to be around. So guys, with that being said, I'm pretty much done with my part. It's already getting late, 10:29. I'm gonna bring the next speaker, guys. regional vice president with the company, killing the game, doing over $250,000, $250,000 in business. This gentleman is a rock star. He's pioneer of the whole entire market in Tampa. I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. He's going to educate you guys on this call. But before I bring him onto this call, he was actually recognized in front of over 2,000 people on the stage in Vegas as one of the top producers in our company. He received multiple six-figure ring. But not only that, but he has a car that's being paid for by the company. So with that being said, this is somebody who does this business with two beautiful daughters. And if you are a parent, if you are somebody on this call right now who has a loved one, maybe it's your child, specifically if it's your daughter, if it's your son, you can relate to this gentleman. This gentleman went out there, never gave an excuse, always traveling, always making sure things happen. Mr. Bobby Kim, are you on the line?
I am, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Man, awesome, man. Definitely want to give it back to you, Mr. Burgos. Man, you're out there killing it in South Florida. You know, as an executive vice president, man, doing over $500,000, man. You know, I'm just following your lead, brother, man. I just seen your story, and that's what's so compelling to me. Someone coming from corporate America to see an opportunity like this, to be able to take advantage and run with it, man. You're a leader's leader, man. And like I said, I just definitely want to salute you. And it was an honor to be on stage with you to be able to train this past weekend, man. Again, your hard work will never go unnoticed, brother. So thank you again so much for those kind words. So guys, welcome to this powerful training, guys. This has never been seen before. I'm so fired up. It's definitely an honor to be able to speak in front of you guys on this webinar this evening. You know, and the information that you guys are going to gain tonight, man, you better have your pen, you better have your notepad, you want to take some copious notes, because the information that you're going to get here is what's going to take your business from point A to point B, period. Well, you got to understand, you know, you got to be a student of this industry. That's all it is. Billy Scott, definitely want to give it back to you, brother. You know, I mean, you've been in the industry for 15 plus years. I've been in the industry 15 plus years. Right? Why is it that we're having success? We paid the price, guys. You know, I want to kind of give you a quick background. You know, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, but I was raised here in sunny Tampa, Florida. My background, guys, you know, I watched my family work hard. I was an employee at one point from 12 years old to 16. When I was 16 years old, I was introduced to sales. That was the moment I knew I was unemployable. Let me explain what that means. Is that the fact that I understood when I was an employee, I felt like I was being overworked, underpaid. How many people feel that way, right? See, I knew that at 16 years old that I was never going to be worked that way. No one was ever going to tell me what Bobby Kim was worth, period. So I stuck with sales from I'm 16. Guys, I'm 36 years old. I have two beautiful daughters. My oldest is 6. My youngest is 4.5. And that's why I stayed in sales. The fact that what I put in is what I'm going to get out of it. That's what sales is what you put in is what you get out, right? So this business, this thing called network marketing, right? It's a beautiful business model. See, network marketing isn't perfect. It's just better, guys. You got to decide today. You got to decide today to go pro, period. See, amateurs pay to play. Professionals get paid to play. You got to be a professional. But see, your first year in this industry or in this company, you got to have the mindset, right? You got to have the mindset like Mike Burgos talked about, that you are going to learn with intent to teach. See, no freshman ever graduates college or high school, period. So if you've never done this before, how can you expect to be rich next month? Right? You got to go and be a student of the industry, guys. So I'm going to tell you 3 things that I learned from my mentor, because I got introduced to this industry when I was 19 years old, right? And when I got introduced, my mentor told me, Bobby, 3 things if you want to be successful in this industry. You got to stick to a system. You got to stay plugged in, right? And you can never ever miss a training or corporate event, period. That's all I've done for the past 17 years. If I could count how much money I've spent, right, in sacrificing to better my knowledge and mindset, guys, my personal development, right, you would say that's crazy, but it's not crazy, right? While I was putting my time and Burgos was putting his time into personal development, working on ourselves, we have established a skill set that has allowed us to create a multiple 6-figure income in network marketing. But at the end of the day, everybody can go out there and make money in different ways, but network marketing gives you what we call time freedom. I'm going to tell you this, don't ever do it for the money, guys. do it for time freedom. If you do it for money, you'll always trade time for money. If you do it for time freedom, you'll find a system that you can plug into that's going to give you time freedom. Does that make sense? Right? This is why network marketing is not perfect. It's just better. Okay? So remember those three things. I promise you. If you can build the mindset in the personal to say, you know what? That, Bobby, makes sense. I'm going to stick to those three things. I'm going to stick to the system that FES has created. I'm going to stay plugged in. That means your weekly team calls every Sunday night. That means the local PBR or your local meeting, right? And that means getting onto a webinar. Guys, it's not hard. It's not rocket science to run this business. See, they say it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple to do the basic things. It's not easy to stay consistent. That's why you have to figure out what your why is. And Mr. Burgos talked about that. Your why is going to change. Yes, it is. But you got to figure out why you initially got started, but you must stay consistent to be able to finish. Let me say that again. You must figure out why you got started, but you must stay consistent to be able to finish, guys. Those three rules, I promise you, it'll get you very far in this business, okay? You stick to a system. You stay plugged in, and you'll never, promise yourself, you'll never miss a corporate event or convention, okay? Those are the things that you got to be at. Let me tell you this. Billy already talked about convention. It's already in the past, but let me tell you the importance. See, if you've never been to a convention, always remember this. Tell your new agents that come in, your first one is for you. Every single one after that, from this day forward, while you're in FES, is going to be for your team. Never forget that. That will hit you in your head next year when you understand when you got people going and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. No, you better go. It's not for you anymore. It's about your team. So remember, your first one's for you. Every single one after that is for your team, guys. Right? So I just want to touch on a couple of things at convention. Obviously, you heard about the new products and services. You heard about the training, you heard about the new systems. That's all great. But you know what you missed? I mean, we can sit here and talk until we're blue and tell you all the things that you missed. But the one thing that you're never going to gain is the stories that you missed out on, period. The stories that were passed along in those hallways, right? Even me as a leader in this company, to hear other leaders brought tears to my eyes. To know that people paid the price. See, you guys see the glory, but you don't know the story. Guys, you gotta, this is why it's so important to stay plugged in. Like, we were in a room with Mr. Ashton and Henry Sweet, and I had people telling me that was the most powerful part of all of convention. See, convention was the glitz and glamour. It was nice. Everyone was looking beautiful, right? The training was spot on. But the stories was the most important thing people left home with, and we can't even convey that to you. I can't even explain to go and explain what you missed out on. That was why you got to stay plugged into these conventions, was the stories. The people that are losing family while trying to build a business. While you have individuals, family being burned, still trying to build a business. The whole point of this is they didn't make excuses. See, you can't deposit excuses. Period. So when you hear these types of stories and it gets you emotional to understand that you have your own problems as well, guess what? You know why leaders are leaders? Because they prevailed. They use that pain to use it as energy, right? And motivation to get them out of the current situation. Because you can sit there and whine and all you want about your current situation, but unless you get up and do something about it, nothing's ever going to change, period. Right? So that's why these stories is what was game changer, and it's why I've never missed these events, because I used to go to these events with my other companies, and it was literally why I stayed in the game, guys. It's why I stayed in the game. So that's convention, another convention. I tell you this, you missed the stories, right? But now you're going to gain all the information on how to take your business to the next level. So let me go ahead and share my screen, because why I'm so fired up, man, we left the PBR just not too long ago in our weekly meeting. And I'm going to tell you flat out this. This is why every single one of you guys have a massive opportunity right here. This is why every single one of you guys are in the game and you have the same opportunity as every single one of the leaders that is on this webinar. Okay? So here's what I love to do. I want to teach you and help you educate yourself on what this opportunity actually is like. Why do you have an opportunity? You might be the brand new agent. You might have been in the business for a year. Who cares? Let me help you understand. Let me learn you, right? To understand why we have a massive opportunity. See, the most important thing in business, I don't care what it is. It could be pool noodles. It could be the sham wow. It could be slap chop. It doesn't matter. The most important thing in business is timing. So if you want to look for something out there, guys, you're already in the business. You better take advantage of this opportunity test, because the timing where we're at is unbelievable. The compensation plan, they pay more ways than a job does, right? When you compare it to other companies out there in the industry, I tell you, there's no one, anyone coming close to our comp plan, guys, right? The products and services, yes, there's products out there that are not great, but people are still making millions of dollars. There's companies that's doing billions of dollars in sales. They don't even have the best product. Guys, FES has the best service out there. We offer 11 more services than any credit repair company in the entire country, period. And we offer it at less of a price. There's tons of value in what we have. We already know that, right? With the system that's in place. How many of you guys want to save yourself time, energy, and money? Everybody wants to save time, energy, and money. You better plug into the system. That's what's going to save you time, energy, and money. When you start veering away from the system, you start making it more difficult for yourself, and then you start duplicating things to your team that are so difficult. I have these talks in the hallways with people asking me all these different types of questions. I'm like, look, it's simple, PS3. Stick to a simple system. It's not what works in network marketing, ladies and gentlemen. Again, let me say it. It's not what works in network marketing. It's what can duplicate. If you want to grow a massive organization, find something that the 12-year-old can do and the 80-year-old can do. And it's simple, right? We created a system. All you got to do is follow it, guys. So here's why we are super fired up about FES. It's why 2 years ago, when I sat and talked with Bruce and Alfred, I asked them some simple questions, okay? I asked them, how many people know about this company, and how many people know about this in Tampa, Florida? That's why I jumped on board, fired up, hair on fire. Ignorance on fire was better than knowledge on ice, guys. I went on fire. So let me ask you guys this. Let's be honest. If we can all go back in time, knowing what we know today, and we can be first in Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook, knowing what we know today, I know for a fact every single one of you guys would invest every last penny that you had. Because if you would have invested $1,000 back in 1984, today you would have had over $10 million in your bank account. But we already know that. But see, let me ask you this. Go invest $1,000 today, and you tell me if you're going to get a return on investment of $10 million. Absolutely not. What did you miss? You missed the most important key component in business. It was called timing. I'm going to tell you this flat out. You better not let this timing slip through your fingers, period. Because you can never ever say from this day forward, whether what struggles you're going through, that no one's ever gave you an opportunity to be at the ground floor of something. Because ladies and gentlemen, FES, this company right now that you're listening on, the company that you invested a measly $288 in, a service that you're going to get massive value from, and this company has less than 30,000 agents nationwide, and we're about to go international, you got to be kidding me. You better not go to sleep. What you need to do is you need to launch your business. See, the importance of launching your business is what's going to catapult your business from here to here, right? So you see your launch documents, guys. People tell you, give you a launch document and say, well, hey, you want to go ahead and launch your business, right? They tell you launch your business. They give you a launch document, and that launch document has 20 names on there. Guys, don't sell yourself short. Let me tell you flat out, do not sell yourself short. See, what I did when I launched my business, guys, they told me to get started and launch my business. What I did is I want you to write these numbers down just for a mindset state. I want you to understand the numbers. See, everything's in numbers, right? It's the law of averages, right? Alfred talks about it all the time. See, a baseball player makes millions of dollars, and it's okay that they're out 7 times. All they gotta do is hit the ball 3 times. So they're out more times than they actually get it on base. Does that make sense? So listen to this. When I launched my business, this is going to make you guys want to relaunch your business. I encourage every single one of you guys to relaunch your business. Why? We have less than 30,000 reps in a country that has over 350 million people. 80% of America has troubled credit. So 350, 80% of 350 is 280 million people, right? Everybody needs a credit fix, and everybody's open to making money. And if you're not launching your business the way I'm about to show you, you're missing the boat, guys, right? How many of you guys want to have success 3 to 5 years down the road, or maybe possibly create that success in 1 to 3 years. See, 3 to 5 years sounds good to me still. If I can be where Mike Burgos is at, Bruce Lee Rochester, Alfred Dixon, and it took me 10 years, would it still be worth it? It better be. Otherwise, you're still going to be working a job. Do you want to stick with the 40-year plan or the 3 to 5 year plan? This is what I'm about to show you right now. This is my last topic. This is the most important thing every single one of you guys need to do tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, next month, because someone in my network is going to find your network of people. Why? Because we're here. So here's what I did when I first got started. I wrote a list of not 20, I wrote a list of 200 names. These names were not just average people. These names were hustlers, go-getters, money motivators, business-minded people, entrepreneurs, salespeople, car sales, real estate, mortgage brokers, loan officers, property managers, insurance agents, tax agents. We got cell phone people, cable people. I don't care if they sell Cutco knives or Kirby vacuums, guys. I didn't care. They're already hustlers. They already see people with bad credit. Right? So when I wrote my list of 200 people, these were people that I wanted to run with me. See, we run with runners, we'll walk with walkers, but we never sit with sitters. I wasn't looking for sitters. I'm looking for runners. Why? Because I want to launch my business. Okay? So I wrote a list of 200 people. Out of those 200 people, now I got the list. Now I want to call it. I didn't text. I started calling people. Okay, you can't create a sense of urgency through a text message. What, you're gonna add more exclamation points? No, you gotta get on the phone, right? You gotta get on the phone. I know it feels like a ton of bricks, but I promise you, after the 3rd call, man, it's gonna be easier. On that 6th call, you're gonna wish you knew what you knew on the 6th call, then so you can close on the 3rd call, guys. It's only gonna get simpler, right? Step out your comfort zone. So I wrote a list of 200 people. Out of those 200 people, guess what? Not all 200 answered. I had about 130 people answer the phone. Out of those 130, do you think they all said yes? Absolutely not. About 80 people said yes. I'm open to what you got going on, Bobby. Tell me more about it. I said, look, I'm having a private call tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Can you get on? Yes or no? I don't want to hear maybe. I need to know yes or no. So out of 200, 130 answered. Out of the 130 that answered, 80 said yes. Do you think that all 80 showed up to my call? Absolutely not. About 40 showed up. So the other 40 were not serious about making money. They gave me some lame excuse about the dog ate my phone, the baby peed on me, this and that. They weren't serious about making money. Right? But guess what? Out of those 40 that showed up, we had close to 20 that signed up within that week. We hit sales director within our first 10 days, leading convention. Do you guys understand why I told you that story? Because I went to convention barely as a field trainer 2 years ago. I left that convention because I heard stories that put my hair on fire. I didn't care about all the knowledge. I didn't need to know about the back office. I didn't need to know about the better. Look, I just knew that we had something that everybody needed, that we had less than 15,000 representatives in the company, and we were first. I understood timing. I understood positioning, even if it was a pool noodle, guys. That's how fired up I was. You gotta be fired up. You gotta get up, start creating your list, start reaching out to these people and launch your business. But not with 20 people. You need to create a list of 100 to 200 people. Why? Because think about the numbers. Out of 200, only 40 showed up to the actual call. That's more than 70%. It's the same thing as the batting average of an MLB baseball player, guys. I want you guys to understand the numbers. It's all in numbers. It's nothing that you're doing wrong. You just got to go through the numbers. Does that make sense? Please, it has to make sense for you to understand that you got to talk to people on a daily basis, and you can't get stressed out with no's. Every time you hear a no, go drop a quarter in a jar. You're going to be rich. I promise you. But you're not looking for no's. You're looking for yeses. Right? And the no's that tell you no is not N-O. It's K-N-O-W. They just don't know enough information. You'll follow back up with those people, guys. So launch your business. I'm super excited for every single one of you guys. I'm going to tell you this. I've been in this industry like Billy Scott for 15 plus years. I never had a breakthrough. We're having our breakthrough, but I treat this like I just started today. I'm creating my list. I told Alfred I'm creating a list of 500 people now this time. I'm being dead serious. Creating a list of 500 people? What does that mean? If I created a list of 2, what does 5 look like? Look, I'm looking to go to the next level, guys. I want to see every single one of you guys there. There's no reason, there's no excuses why you can't go to the top of this. You know why? timing and positioning is on your side, guys. So I want to go ahead and pass it off to the next speaker. I'm so fired up. I ain't going to bed tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so fired up for the next speaker because this lady right here, she is a lady boss, right? She's my sister from another mister. When I first met her, man, we just truly hit it off. We're on the same level. You know, this young lady is a regional vice president. Her business is doing well over $250,000. She representing out of Atlanta, Georgia. Man, her team came out there, hair on fire before the event even happened, man. But like I said, I truly have mad respect for Miss Alyssa Barnes. You know, she is a leader's leader. Anyone that knows Alyssa, man, she is a beast at what she does. She's leading a pack, man. And what I gotta say is, I salute her. I know I'm definitely gonna see her at the top of this company because she ain't looking back, and her team's not looking back neither. So we'll definitely see every single one of you guys at the top. And Miss Alyssa Barnes, did you make it to the webinar?
I'm here, Bobby. Can you hear me okay?
And I can hear you loud and clear, sis. Take it over.
A little hoarse. I don't know. I got back from Vegas and I decided to try to lose my voice. So I've been over here trying to preserve it, guys. So if I get a little crackly in my voice, y'all just ignore it and we're going to move on through. But definitely want to give it back to Bobby and all the awesome things that he and his team is doing out there in Tampa. We went out there a couple of months ago for a Super Saturday and the room was jam-packed. The knowledge that everybody got, the team is moving, and that's what this is all about. They're doing some tremendous things, and I love when Bobby go over timing and you know why you should understand timing in this business and where you actually are in this business and how he paints a picture so that you can identify where you want to be in this company. As all of us are moving closer to the top. So, Bobby, definitely want to thank you for your contributions to our success here. But one of the things I definitely want to identify, guys, is that when we were in Vegas, I discovered that a lot of people had a lot of questions. And they didn't have a full understanding. And one of the things that I know is that a confused mind does no work. If it's something that you're confused about, if it's a question that you have that's not answered, that can sometimes prevent you from growing your business because you don't want to make the wrong move. You don't want to make a mistake. You're trying to really mirror your actual leaders and do exactly what they're doing. So sometimes we sit idle, and then that idle time sometimes leads to 6 months, maybe a year, and you're still an agent in the business. And that's not what we want to do. One of the things I also noticed was that when I actually started the business, we had a lot more promotions every month. We used to have hundreds of field trainer promotions, and we're not getting that type of momentum like we were before. So, you know, we collectively came together and thought it was a good idea to put together this actual training tonight so that we can make certain that we are available to answer any of your questions and also let you guys know that you have a voice, right? We do know that there are some pros and cons to network marketing, especially when a person brings you into the business and they may quit and then you feel lost and you feel alone. But one of the things that I want you to encourage each and every one of you to do, if that's your situation, I need for you guys to tap root up. Right? Because as leaders, we can tap root down. But if you're really serious about building this business, tap root up. Let me give you an example of what that looks like. One of my leaders, let's hypothetically say I decided to go hiatus on the business, and one of my leaders actually come and they're trying to reach out to me and they're getting no response to me. However, they see Alfred working the business, so they tap root up and find a way to reach out to Alfred. So if that is you tonight, I want to encourage you to tap root up to you, the next leader in your organization, so that you can get your questions answered. Any questions that you guys may have, I think it'll be great at the end of this actual webinar. I think Alfred's going to open up a Q&A so that we can answer questions that you may have that may be preventing you from growing your business. But what I want to talk about tonight is posture. What I know to be true is that when you don't have the confidence needed, the confidence in this business, the confidence in the product, you don't know the product, you have low posture. And, you know, a lot of people is like, you know, what is Alyssa doing? How is she doing it? I have a way of making people fall in love with me before they get on the phone with me when it comes to the scripts that we use. That's by giving them enough information to want them to want more. Am I making sense to you guys? If I'm making sense to you, could y'all drop me some ones in the chat room while we're on this webinar? But you gotta learn how to make people fall in love with you. And that, one of the ways to do that is by sharing information, number one, about yourself, who you are. finding people that match who you are. For instance, I'm a single mom of 2. I'm 45 years old. I live in the Atlanta market. I've been a single mom of 2 all my life. So what am I identifying with? Single moms. How can they change their life? How can they add more value to their life? When you're discussing your business on social media, it should be about credit. It should be a little bit about you, because that's one of the ways to make people build a relationship with you and fall in love with you. Second thing that you want to do is you want to make certain that you position yourself so that you know the protection plan membership. Granted, credit, when people reach out to us, they come to us, I need help. How can you help me with my credit? What makes you different from a licensed law? What does this? What does that? A lot of reasons why you guys are not able to secure your first 5 people in 72 hours is because you have not learned your protection plan membership. So for those of you that have an actual notebook, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take notes as I go through the protection plan membership. And I'm going to give you some key points on what to say to individuals so that when you're speaking to an individual about financial education services, you can drop some key points to them that will make them pique interest and want to know more information. So I'm getting ready to share the screen so that we can go into that right quick. Usually when people reach out to me, one of the things that I always let them know is that I am not the one that's working on their credit. I make certain that I move myself out of the way all the time. And anytime that I'm communicating with a person and I get them on the line, I always have this protection plan link close to me so that I can send them this actual link so that they can get a visual of what we have to offer them and how they're able to leverage our service at a massive capacity. Let me give you an example of what I mean, and I'm going to go through the script right quick. So I know Alfred is recording this, but I'm going to try to talk a little bit slow and fast at the same time. Another thing that I do is I speak with a sense of urgency. I don't drag the conversation like right now. I have excitement in my voice. The tonality of yourself and the information that you deliver makes people excited about being a part of your business and actually securing you to help them with their credit. So I'm always letting people know when you see FES, that means Financial Education Services Protection Plan. This is our protection plan. You're going to become a member of our protection plan. Now, I understand that you are concerned about your credit and you want to improve your credit, but one of the things I want to bring to your attention is that we're not a credit restoration company. We are a financial literacy company, and credit restoration is our flagship product. Now, one of the things that I want to give you comfort in is the fact that when I hit this login, you see that you're going to log in leveraging your email address and the last 4 of your social. So we're a very secure company, and the only way that someone has access to your items is if you give them your credentials. Last but not least, we do have an opportunity where you can partner with us, and I just want to break down the fact that there's no limits to how far you can grow in this business. Our actual website converts over to 5 different languages, and if you hit Spanish, you'll see the conversion and how you're able to actually go into a Spanish market and communicate with them so that they're able to grow a massive organization with their culture, right? So then you want to go back here and you want to switch it back to English. So now one of the things that I want to point out to you, as I stated, we are a financial literacy company and credit restoration is our flagship product. Let's talk about the financial literacy components. You see budgeting. You see debt payoff, you see net worth, you see savings goals. These are some of the things that you definitely want to pay attention to, because a person who has less than perfect credit either does not make enough money or they're spending too much money. So to identify which one of those people are you want to leverage these actual tools to see where you are. You want to add more value to your network. You want to fill this out. As we're working on your credit and we're reducing those interest rates, you're able to add to your savings goals. As we're working on your credit and you're trying to identify how you got in this position, you're able to create a budgeting plan better. Now, while you're doing all of that, we're going to do a pull of all of the derogatory items affecting your credit at the same time, because we want to assess what's affecting your credit. And while we're working on your file, you're going to get an opportunity to build positive lines of credit. You're going to leverage and understand how to stay in the position that we're going to position you in when you actually are complete with our actual services. And if you have some unique situations that are very unique, you can have an opportunity to speak with our credit attorneys and get some of the questions answered, and you guys can create a plan of action to get the items removed from your credit report probably faster than normal. Now, one of the cool things is I'm not the one working on your credit, and nor are, my team of agents across the United States working on your credit. Our actual corporate office in Farmington Hills, Michigan, that's how you're going to communicate with them. They're actually working on your file, but you're going to be able to monitor watch my word choice, and manage. The reason why I say manage is because it gives the person an opportunity to feel like they're in control of the situation and not me, right? So when I say you're able to monitor and manage your credit while we're working on your file, you're going to get access to all 3 of your credit reports. You're going to get access to your car insurance credit and your car credit score. This is how we communicate with you, so you definitely want to create an account here. You're going to get monthly updates and alerts as to how your credit is improving. Sometimes I have an actual example of how someone's credit has improved, so I can send that to them now so they can get a visual of what that looks like. Another cool thing is we know that identity theft is the #1 crime being committed across the globe. So while we're working on your file, you're going to be able to protect your identity while we're getting you from subprime to prime credit, because we don't want you to get back in this position again. Now, the turning point with this business is if you think about doing what I'm doing, if you know at least 5 people, 10 people with less than a 750 credit score, I can position you to not only get your credit restored at no cost, but get $100,000 in life insurance, a term policy that actually starts at $30,000. It is important that you give them key points and you keep it quick. You give them enough, you give them a visual, you explain to them what's the difference when they get the life insurance, that they're partnering with you as a consultant, and now they get to leverage all of these tools at no cost by becoming a consultant when they help 5 people to our corporate. So you get to actually complete your actual beneficiary forms, turn it into our corporate office. Not only that, you get an opportunity to create a plan of action for when you die. We all know that we're going to die, and what's your plan of action? If you are a single parent and you have a kid 18 that's less than 18 years old, do you know that if you die, the court is going to have to appoint where they live? So you definitely don't want your child to be upset. You definitely want to create a plan of action for your children and ask them where they want to be. Ask them which aunt they want to be, which one of your friends. Now, and usually, guys, when I'm going into this part, people are like, oh my God, I really need this. Do you have any of these tools? I stop there, right? And then I'll go and say, let me ask you a question. How many weeks in high school did they teach you about credit and money? And I get quiet and I let them control the conversation. Well, usually they didn't, we didn't get that, I don't even remember us having that opportunity to be able to get that. Exactly. But what we do with our YFL Family Met, our scholarship program, is we go in and we teach our youth from ages 8 to 18 the matters of personal finance. We've given away over $350,000 this year in scholarships for our high school students to continue their education. We're really, really big in the community. Not only the adult world, but in the youth, because we do not want our youth to have less than perfect credit. So one of the things I definitely want to break down to you is, I know I went through the protection plan with you. We're on the phone, of course, and I know you contacted me about being a customer. I want you to understand that it does not matter which direction you're going. You're going to have 100% of my support. But again, if you want to be a client, you're able to leverage all of these tools with the exception of the life insurance and our compensation plan. Understand that I'm not going to go into our compensation plan until I'm most certain that you want to partner with us, and then I'll break down that compensation plan. Then they tell me what they want to do. Then we proceed from there. Now, after they become a client or a consultant, I do not hang up the phone after they sign up. I'm still on the line. Why? Okay, could you please do me a favor? Could you log in to your actual protection plan membership, leveraging your email address and the last 4 of your social that you provide? They sign in. What do you see? Tell me what you see on the screen. They walk me through everything that they see on the screen. Then I make certain that they actually agree to the terms and conditions so corporate office can actually pull the file. Why do I do this? Because quite naturally, if you don't walk a person through a system, they sit and they wait 2 to 3 weeks before they actually register for their products, and then they're mad at you, and then they stop paying because they don't see the value in it. So guys, you really need to nurture your clients. You need to really take your time and put that information out there and have those conversations with them. If you have not logged into your protection plan and leveraged those tools yourself, I advise you to do that tonight so that tomorrow you can have more solid conversations with your prospects. Another thing, as you're going through that protection plan and you're sharing that information, what you want to do is you want to write down what you like about each one of those actual products, so that when you're communicating with the person, you are passionate about what you're passionate about, not what I'm passionate about, not what Bobby's passionate about, not what Hanzo's passionate about, not what Alfred is passionate about, where your passion lies and what made you partner with Financial Education Services. Hope that added some value to your life. I really want to, when we open up the Q&A, I really want you guys to ask any questions that you want. I don't want you to be concerned about who your leader is. I don't want you to be concerned about what team you're on. I just want you to ask that question that's preventing you from getting to the next level. Because as we go into this 5-week volume on Sunday, it is imperative that all 500 of you that is on this line reach your goal and being promoted to the next level. So with that being said, I hope I added some value to your life. I want to bring in, today I feel like I can call him one of my best friends. We just have so much fun together. I mean, we just bond and talk and we piggyback and share ideas with each other. And that's really important in business. You know, this is the first time that I've been involved in something and it's not a competition and your colleagues aren't racing with you and making you feel uncomfortable by doing your business. And when it's something that he sees that works, he doesn't mind sharing with everyone. He's open to share what he knows. He's open to asking questions. He's out of St. Louis. He's a vice president with Financial Education Service. He loves to dance. I always say he's a summer personality. Hanzo, are you there? Bringing in over 1.5 million in sales annually to the company. So awesome. One of my actual new consultants in that market went to an actual event of his tonight and shared a picture in our group chat and said, oh my God, he said he's going to call you. And I said, I need you to stay on Hanzo's hip. I need you to stay very close to him. I trust him. I know he's going to work with you and make sure that you get to the next level. So Hanzo, I want to thank you for all that you're doing out in St. Louis. Did you make it to the call tonight?
Can you hear me loud and clear?
I hear you loud and clear.
First off, man, you did an amazing job. You just killed that. We need you at convention training. Like, I just learned a lot just from your method, so I really appreciate that. But I just want to really give it back to you. Like, you had an insane year, and you are not selfish. Like, you are helping so many people. Like, you have no idea how much that you have helped and are contributing to my success right now. So I really appreciate you. You're on mute, but okay, I take that as a good response. Awesome. Well, guys, first off, man, if you are on this call, you should be basically patting yourself on the back. Like, this is an amazing call. I mean, leaders took time to actually pour into you guys right before this 5-week cycle. And so I'm not even going to take too much of your time. Hopefully I will be able to share my screen. I just want to really show you, what's been working for me, basically. And I have been able to learn from so many of the leaders that are here in FES. And so my topic today is basically social media. And so hopefully some of the information that I share with you guys will be able to help you take your business to the next level. So one of the things that you want to do, again, we have been stressing this, guys, you really want to take professional pictures. One thing that I noticed is that when I started taking professional pictures, my business went through the next level. When I started being consistent in posting, my business went through the next level. All I'm doing is copying every single day. I am basically copying the right cat. That is all I'm doing. I am on Alfred's page every single day, Ashton's page every single day, Alyssa's page every single day, Bruce's page every single day. Now, at the same time, while you are, copying certain content, you actually want to brand you. Your pictures that you post, like the caption, because you want people to know why should they join you. And when people come to my page, they see lifestyle, but they also see like information. People want information, so people want to be able to resonate with you. So some of the things that if you really want to be successful, you got to be uncomfortable. Do you know how to do the 1 to 10? If someone called on you right now at the very last moment, could you do the 1 to 10? See, most people, they cannot. This is your business. You cannot wait on your upline to be ready to do a 1 to 10 for you. So I would share my screen here shortly. So Facebook was one of the best ways that I was able to get my business off the ground. So I really want you guys to see exactly what I'm talking about, because Facebook really changed my business. It changed my business, but also I have been so consistent. Every day I am looking for more and more people to meet, which eventually led to, customer acquisition within my business. So I'm going to share my screen right now because I want you guys to really see this, okay? So I'm sharing my screen here. So this is my Facebook account right here. As you can see, I have a very nice profile pic. Guys, this is huge. Then I have a really nice cover photo. You should definitely have a picture of maybe your team, but you want to be approachable, okay? Now, every single day, guys, I am adding new friends. I am removing friends that are inactive. So let me give you a prime example, okay? So this is my most recent post that I had posted on Facebook. I have about 1,100 people that like this. So for an opportunity like this, let's just say this is you. Maybe you got 20 likes, 100 likes, whatever it is. What I like to do, I like to reach out to every single individual that likes any content of mine. As soon as you like any of my content, you just gave me permission to reach out to you. So what I like to do, as soon as I add new friends, I like to send them this quick intro message. I like to lead the conversation. I like to lead the whole conversation. So the first message that I send is, hey, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. How are you doing? What are you focused on these days? Guys, those 3 lines have shaped my business. So for instance, let's just say that someone just commented here or just liked my status. I would do the same thing. Hey, thank you so much for liking my post. How are you doing? What are you focused on these days? And that's how I have been able to get a lot of customers as well, because when you reach out to someone, that person could be a real estate agent. They could, but you don't know that. They could be maybe moving to Atlanta. Maybe they're trying to purchase a home. So basically, they need credit, something that is related to credit. I like to build a relationship with as many people as I can. So as soon as you reach out to them, you are building rapport. Rapport is everything. If you guys don't get anything from what I say from this call tonight, relationship is currency in business. The more relationships you have, the easier your business gets. There's no sense of having 5,000 friends if you don't have any rapport with these people. Rapport meaning that at least you reached out. So to get back to my point, I like to reach out to as many people as I can. As soon as you reach out to them, then you know exactly what they do. Because you just want to be a problem solver. If somebody wants to lose weight, then you know that you don't have an opportunity for them to lose weight, then you can refer them to somebody else. By you referring them to somebody else, you probably just gave someone their first referral. Now you just started the process, because anything you want, you got to do first yourself. If you want somebody to refer you, you got to refer somebody. So now you just referred this person to Alyssa. Now she knows that from here on out, she can refer people to you. So I like to see what people do, and then if they don't ask or do ask, I like to let them know, hey, you know what, we actually partnered up with this amazing company that did 100% last year. Who do you know with less than perfect credit or that's looking for an opportunity to make extra income? See, just by me doing that, I want to expose every single friend that I have on Facebook. Every single friend, because I need them to know what line of business that I'm in. Because if they come across somebody that says credit repair, they can already think, my friend, even though we just became new Facebook friends, they're thinking, you know what, I know somebody that does this. So you want to make sure that Facebook looks the part. Now I'm going to show you the type of content that I have on my Facebook, because the type of post that I put on Facebook either does one of the 4 things. It inspires, empowers, motivate, or encourage, because that's what people come to social media for. Now I also have some posts that are funny, but you got to understand, people are coming to social media for entertainment. So if you look here, all of my posts are positive. People, are at work stressed out. So if they can come to your page to see something that they can, resonate with or gravitate towards, then this basically helps them, guys. So you want to be able to provide a solution for people. So again, just to give you guys just a brief example, if you look on my Facebook page, it's all motivational stuff. And these are the type of stuff that people need. You want to be able to be in a position to empower people. So my first year in FES was all of Facebook. And so I made it, I was able to get in 1 month 200 clients just from Facebook. Now, this sounds easy. It sounds easy, but I'd rather show you because I'm all about numbers, okay? Now watch this here. Watch this here, guys. Every single day, I would talk to 100 people a day. That was my goal. So when I say talk, I meant actually inboxing. So what I would do, I would find people, let me share my screen again. So I would find people and just search for, realtors in St. Louis. So I would go ahead and add all of these realtors because they are people that need credit-worthy clients. So I would add all these realtors, but I would also message all these 100 people. Like 100 people a day has always been my number, but I started off with 20. My goal was to connect with 10. So when I say connect, I want at least 10 people where I have gathered their information, meaning their phone, because you want to meet them online, but you want to also take the conversation offline, meaning to one of the tools. It could be a 1 to 10 presentation. It could also be a 3-way call. So just to show you, my first year, I was reaching out to 100 people a day, so 100 friend requests every single day, and I would message them. I would leave the messages. So now, when I post something about credit repair, I already had an audience that was already captivated by that information. And also, your story on Facebook is huge. See, sometimes I don't post a lot of FES testimonials on my page, but it's all in my story. As soon as somebody logs into Facebook, one of the first 5 things they see is their story. So I captivate people from stories. So a lot of my sales have came from the story because there are agents out there asking me, I don't see that you are in FES based on the information that is on your Facebook page. See, my thing is I actually create the whole curiosity, so people have to ask me, man, what company are you in? Like, you don't want to be flashing FES all over your page. You want to give people a reason to reach out to message you. So again, I was reaching out to, messaging 100 people a day, and letting them know, to see exactly what they're doing, what they're focused on, and then so I can let them know what I'm doing. And then over time, I had so many referrals, and that's how my first year I was able to get 200 plus clients in a month, and I made the cruise without even knowing what I was doing. Now fast forward like a year later, I've been noticing that everybody else has been on Instagram. So now I'm going to show you guys Instagram. For my second year, it actually changed my business. Because see, the same stuff that I was doing on Facebook, I just applied the exact same thing on Instagram. So I'm going to show you guys my Instagram page briefly here, because this is what really changed my life. So just give me a quick moment so I can share my page. But social media really did it for me. But also, the people that I got offline, I was able to plug them into a weekly meeting. So I want people to really understand that, it's online and offline, because you can only get so far online, because some people, they want to be able to touch you, to hold you. That's what helps you build a strong local team. So I'm going to show you my Instagram account, and just to show you, I have been doing the exact same thing, just basically being as consistent as I can be. So this is my Instagram account. Just to show you guys what I did today. I posted, if you guys want to go check, I posted 15 times today. And in doing so, just by posting, without even doing a shout out, just by merely posting, I was able to get like 5 clients today. That's because you want to be omnipresent. Omnipresent meaning you want to be everywhere at the same time. If every time you click on your newsfeed, I'm the first person there, this is me driving traffic to my site. So I keep people on my page every single day. Every single day. See, it's not about me. I am sharing other people's testimonial. So when people see that, they can actually, like they want to partner up with me because they see so many success stories, guys. You got to take yourself out of the picture. Steve, when folks look at these images, they see me surrounded by so many people. That gives them the chance that, you know what? If he can do this, then I can do this. That's why most of my pictures, you will see other people. Because I want to encourage maybe a male or a female that this is something that is team oriented, guys. Look at my profile. Look at how consistent I am. Just by doing this, I have been able to average at least 3 sales a day. I think since October, I've been averaging at least 100 plus PPMs a month. But it just goes with consistency. It took me a while to get this done, but because of accountability partners like Alyssa Barnes, who keeps me in shape, I make sure I get the job done, guys. So make sure that you have an accountability partner. It doesn't matter if you are not tech savvy. You can come to Instagram and steal everything that I have. All of the testimonials, except where I have a picture, you can put a picture. Guys, this really changed my life. So what I'm noticing is that the sales, the conversions are so much easier on Instagram, guys. On Instagram now, talking about social media, again, are you on YouTube? Do you have a video of yourself doing the 1 to 10? Do you have a video of yourself doing any videos, any information, just like that information that Miss Barnes just shared? Do you have yourself breaking down the protection plan? You gotta know your services. The only reason you get to a top leader position, that means that you know the services better than the average person. It starts with the services, guys. It really does. I have been able to basically pique people's interest, and again with the story. If you check my stories on Instagram, like I have people wanting to sign up as agents just by me posting on stories. So if you're not leveraging your stories, you are missing out of business. So again, as you can see, my page is very positive, and if you look at my pictures, you typically see myself around other people. Again, that's because I'm putting that message out there that I am here to help other people grow. There's always so many different pictures of me and videos of not just myself. I want people to know that this is a people business. Guys, it's all about people. The goal is to get the field trainer and then 4 duplicates. It's not about you. Get yourself out of the way. Leverage the tools. Leverage your upline. Leverage the 3-way calls. But social media will definitely get you in the game. This is the easiest way to get your 5. If I can get 100, you can't get 5. That's why you want to teach to teach, so that you can learn this information, so you can teach it to your team, guys. It's time to give up the excuses. It is time to give up the excuses, guys. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Just like Mr. Bobby Kemp said, so many people's lives have been touched. You have to give up your excuses. I don't even tell people about what's going on through my life. I just came from our weekly meeting, and here I am. First thing tomorrow, I have to leave for Atlanta for 2 funerals. So, it's not about your excuse. Like, you got to give up your excuses. Here I'm taking my time to help pour into you. Other people would have quit or complained or gave their excuses, guys. It is time to level up. 2019 is your year. We are looking for 50 millionaires by 2020. If you stop making excuses right now, you could be one of the 50 millionaires that make it by 2020. So that's my time. So I just want to open up the room for the next speaker. Man, one thing that I do love about FES is that the people that I met at FES went from strangers to actually being very, very close friends of mine. So this next speaker, he is a senior vice president who's doing $1 million in sales. I love the fact that, all the top leaders have different methods that have helped them build their business. So Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, he is one of my favorite presenters. I done watched so many of his YouTube videos and remade them into my own videos. He just helped me in my business tremendously. He's a servant leader. Anytime I call on him, he's always available. He has influenced myself and countless others, and I'm just so thankful and grateful that he said yes to FES. Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, have you made it on the call?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Take it away.
I'm excited, man. You guys got me, man. You got me fired up, man. Y'all dropping some nuggets. I don't know if the nuggets are coming from Wendy's, McDonald's, but nuggets are just flying in all over the place. I'm getting hungry again for more information. So keep dropping the nuggets, and I'm gonna keep the nuggets going. You know, we just excited from convention, and I want to be honest with you, Hanzo and Alyssa. You guys got me back into the recruiting game again. You know, I guess I was phase 3, I don't know, phase 2, but I'm back to phase 1. And I just want to be honest with you guys that I was always one of, you know, top recruiters in other companies. You know, Alfred know what I could do, but I wasn't always a top recruiter when I first started network marketing. I've been in the industry for 9 years. In my first 3 years, I couldn't recruit not one person. Could you believe that? Not one person. But I found a system that has been very helpful for me. And guys, I'm going to show you guys my system. You know, this month alone, I think Alfred told me I'm the #1 recruiter in his downline because I'm back. I'm coming back again, and I'm, you know, showing some of these nuggets. And I'm going to show you guys some of the things I've been able to do. I've been using a lot of social media. 99% of my recruiting comes from social media. So, it's funny because when I first started the social media, I had 322 friends. I used to get 1 like, and the 1 like I used to like my own status. So now people like my status, so it's not just me liking my status anymore. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of something called the trial run, Facebook, how you should have your Facebook settings, Instagram, paid advertising, and how to have more leads in time. See, the problem is, the difference between the top 5, top 10 recruiters, they know how to recruit outside their circle. If you can't recruit outside your circle, you ain't never going to be a top recruiter. See, there's 5 groups in recruiting. And group 5 means, once you hit group 5, that means you're recruiting more than 20, 30 people a month. Now, here's the good news. You only need 4 out of 100 people in your organization to be in momentum. So you don't need everybody to be a super recruiter or group 5. So let's just go right into it. Y'all look like y'all ready. So let's get right into it. Alright, so share this with you guys. Boom. Alright. So let's go on Facebook. The first thing I want to talk about, let me move this to the side, is if you guys are going to use your Facebook, you want to make sure, first of all, your Facebook settings is set to public. So I'm going to show you guys something I learned from one of my first second companies. And the guy who showed me this formula, he recruited over 15,000 people just off of Facebook. So the first thing he had told me, he said, listen, go to your Facebook and go to this one part right here that says public posts. Click on it, and it's going to say, who can follow me? Now, just by default, if you don't change the settings, by default, it's going to be set to friends. Now, why is this setting important? Because if somebody who don't know you is trying to reach out to you, they're not going to be able to comment on your status. Matter of fact, they're not even going to be able to see some of your posts because they're not your friends. This is very important because if you're past 5,000 friends, you want to be able to have people who don't know you. Now, if this is set to friends and this is set to friends, guess what's going to happen? They're not even going to be able to comment. Most of their stuff is going to go into another inbox, and they're not even going to be able to reach out to you. You know how many people you're going to miss out on because your Facebook settings is off? So this is very important. You got to change that to public. You got to change this part right here. It says public post comments. You got to change that to public. So all your posts, they're going to be able to comment. So you might have call to action posts where it says comment info or comment agent below. You can have all the call to action you want, but if it's not set to public, they're not going to be able to comment on your post. Then you want to also let the notifications are public, so you're getting the notifications when people are coming in. Alright, so these 3 settings are very important. Go to public posts, change all of those to public. The next setting that's very important is the setting that's in privacy. Who can see your future posts? You want to make sure that's set to public. Now, if all 4 of those settings are not right, guys, the formula is not going to work for you. The next part of the formula, the Facebook formula that works for me, you want to make sure that when you make your posts or your call to action posts, that don't forget this globe here, right here. If it's just a little 2 people, that means it's set to friends. Change it to public, right? Now, when you have your call to action post, what's a call to action post? A call to action post is something that says, anyone looking for a part-time opportunity, or who wants to increase their credit score for 2019, comment below I do. When you tell someone a I do or comment this, that's called call to action, which means you're telling your audience to do something. You always want to have a call to action on your page, which is telling your audience to do something. The next thing you want to do on your call to action post is you want to make sure you're tagging an audience. So what I do personally, I go to this thing that says tag friends, and I tag about 50 people to my post. Why do I want to do that? Because every single person that you tag to the post that has a lot of friends, right? Do you know what's going to happen? Your friends' friends is going to see the post. Why is that important? Because if you tag 50 people with 5,000 friends, that post is going to go on that person's timeline, and now what's going to happen is you're going to have strangers that you don't know see the post. This is very important, guys. Guys, this is how I've been able to build, a 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever you want to call it, business, building an organization of 10,000 people off of Facebook. Tagging is very important because this is how I'm able to outsource people I do not know. Now, I think Hanzo was saying it earlier, that he goes outside his friends list. Now, another thing I used to do, and I don't do it anymore because I use Instagram a lot, is I used to add a lot of people's friends. So I would go on someone's friends list and let's just say I would look for someone who's influential. So let's just say I wanted to search for some key people. I would type in pastors. You can type in pastors here, and then you want to click right here where it says people, right? Now, I would just add a pastor, right, as a friend, and all the pastors that add me. My bad. Now I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. Let's just say I will go on his friends. I'm not actually going to steal his friends, but I will go on a pastor that just add me, and I'm looking for people who are influential, because birds of a feather flock together, right? And then I would sit here for about 20 minutes out of the day, and I would add every single one of his friends that either dress in a suit, that looks professional, because these are the people I want to tag to my post and get them interested, not committed, but interested, pique their interest in what I'm doing. Now I'll sit here and I'll add about maybe 200 to 300 people a day, and I'll open up another Facebook. I'm doing this thing like a big time promoter. I'm promoting all over the place. Now I'm not saying that, I'm just showing you guys what I do, right? Now, when people are interested in what I'm doing, I put something people call on a trial run, and this is what I'm also going to talk about. But I just wanted to just show you guys a demonstration and how you can literally start adding people on your Facebook that you don't even know. Basically, I'm just stealing everybody's friends, right? And then when that person adds me, I go on their friends list and I add their friends. This is how I've been able to build about 4 Facebook accounts with all 5,000 friends, to the point where I'm like, all right, I need to find a new platform. So that's my first platform. So now, the next thing I want to talk about is what is the trial run, right? The trial run is one of the key components to my business, because a lot of people are going to give me excuses like, I don't have the money. I got to talk to my wife, blah, 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 blah. Objection after objection. I don't care about your objection, right? So the definition of the trial run is it's a process that's used to see if a person is right for the business. We don't want everybody in our business. How many of us dated before, right? We've dated. Do you guys know that you're qualifying your spouse or significant other or the person you're looking to date? You're qualifying them by asking them a series of questions. See, we're not in the selling business. We're in a qualifying business. We're here to see who qualifies for the product and services, who qualifies for the business. Can we agree that the NFL, they do tryouts? Could we agree the NBA tryouts? The Army do tryouts? Why aren't you doing tryouts? See, what happens is a lot of you guys, just because someone is interested, you're like a coach. You're like, okay, Billy's interested, Scott's interested. You got a group 5 of people
together, and then you don't even know if this guy can shoot. You don't even know if he can play basketball. The guy's probably dribbling with 2 hands. You're like, what the hell did I just do? It's your fault because you didn't put the person on a trial. You didn't even know if this person qualified for the business. This is why you're a coach, you're a leader, you're a recruiter. You want the best starting 5, right? You want the Golden State Warriors. You want the Chicago Bulls in '96. You want the Michael Jordan, the Dennis Rodman. How are you going to know that? You're going to know that because he's on a trial. Don't listen to what people say. Let them show you what they're going to do, right? Let them show me what you're going to do. People, I don't talk the talk. They'll say this and say that. No, show me what you're going to do. So show me you can bring me some people. If people cannot lead you to people, why would you want them in the business? This is why you guys are wasting time. If Harvard University can turn down 31,769 students, why are you saying everyone's qualified? Guys, you guys should start treating this like a real business. You can make millions of dollars, but not everyone qualifies. If you wonder why your retention is bad, it's not because you're just hiring everybody. And then you don't get them trained and you put them in boot camp and they're out there shooting and then they come back dead. Right? Dead agents. How many of you guys got dead agents? And you're tired of having dead agents. How many of you guys signed some people up and they haven't done anything? Well, you should have knew that because you should have put them on a trial. Right? So how are we going to fill our pipeline? Now that's very important because a lot of you guys, you get started in the business, but you know what you do? This is, I'm in Dunkin' Donuts and these are called beans. But some of you guys, you talk to 5 people, 4 people, 2 people, 1 people, no people, and you don't have any beans in the jar. And then you wait till Friday to give you this bogus bull-fallace excuse, right? That's saying that they're going to get started, and they don't get started. I don't listen to what people say. I watch what people say, right? I watch what they do. I don't care about you saying you're going to get started on Friday. You know what you need to do? When they tell you they're going to get started, say, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to do something called a trial run, right? Which means we're going to start promoting the business before you join the business. So by the time you launch your business, you're going to have a pipeline of leads. They're going to say, great, don't wait until Friday for them to promote the business. Don't wait until Friday to invite them to a training. Don't wait until they got to talk to their wife. Start having the person promote. What you want is a group of promoters. If you can have 100 people, whether they got the money or not, promote your products and services, do you know how many leads you will have? The only difference between me and you, I talk to more people. I don't have to go out and look for 100 people when I can have 100 people who don't got the money promoted for free, right? This is what I do. I got trial runners promoting. I want people to prove to me that they can qualify for my time. Now, you're going to have people who say they got to think about it, talk to the spouse, I don't have the money, I need to do more research. When I come back from traveling, can they do it when I get paid? It don't matter what they say. Like The Rock says, this just say, that's fine. What we're going to do is a trial run. We're going to start promoting from now. So by the time you launch your business, you have a pipeline of leads. Put them on the trial. Have them start getting you customers. Close the customers, and you're going to use these for leads. Whether they get in or not, it doesn't matter. You want people to disqualify themselves. What if, I've had people say, well, what if the person, they can't get anybody. They don't qualify. Well, he only got 2 comments on his post. He don't qualify. Move on to the next person. Come on, stop wasting time with bums. Move to the next person. So how you do people on a trial run? You're going to send them a post, have them tag about 40 to 50 people. You're going to tell them to make it public on the post, and you're going to tell that trial runner, let me know when you're done. All right? You're going to give them a few various of posts and many posts. I'm sure y'all seen it on Instagram or Facebook. You can have one of these posts, become an agent, and then you're going to put a call to action on the post, right? Now, as that person starts getting leads, these are your prospects. You can reach out to them. You can friend request them. Now, here's the good news. When you friend request them, they're going to constantly see you, right? And they're going to see all your new posts. So whether they join today, if they join tomorrow, it don't matter. Guys, you guys are farmers. You cannot plant 5 seeds and expect to eat for the winter. You're going to starve. You got 10 seeds. What are you going to do with them? So what if these 10 seeds don't eat, right? Or don't grow? See, Alfred, he planted a seed in me, but I didn't grow till 9 months later. What if Alfred sat around for 9 months waiting on my behind? Man, that boy wouldn't even be a vice president right now. He probably wouldn't be a senior regional vice president. Don't wait on people. You just plant the seeds and you move on. All right? Next. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to send that person a private message or give the trial runner a message. Have that person send you the names and numbers of all the people who want to get their credit fixed. You reach out to them. Do the same thing like Alyssa Barnes does. You start going through the protection plan with them. Let them see the value of what they're going to get enrolled into. And this is how you do it. You leverage the customer and say, hey, this business works. You already got 10 people on your post. If we get 10, all of them 10 signed up, that's about $1,000. What do you want me to do? Your cousin wants to get started. Do you want me to enroll him? So these are called tap rooting. And we're going to talk about tap rooting. Now, there's many ways of launching your business. You can launch it online. You can launch it offline. It doesn't matter how you launch your business. And I'm just showing you different ways. Guys, you guys got to become better presenters. You got to learn the 1 to 10. If you don't know how to present, listen, the people who make the most money are the presenters. Listen, if you want to make a lot of money, learn how to present. Now, this is something called a PBR, private business reception. I had a gentleman, he used this message right here on the screen. All he did was use this message, and guess what? 50 people showed up. 3 of them got started, right? Then he had a fallback meeting, and out of the fallback meeting, we got 2 people started just by using this simple message right here. So there's many ways of inviting. There's no wrong or right way. Just invite, right? So this is just a key example of the tap rooting. Guys, you're going to meet people like John. John says, you know what? I want to do more research. Who cares if John gets in the business? Guys, the trial run, it's not about, see, when you talk to a cold prospect, it's not about getting them in. It's about getting enough people to evaluate what we do to find the right person. If you get John to evaluate it, you put John on the trial run, John's going to lead you to Sister Lisa. Sister Lisa's going to look at it and say, well, I want to get started, but I get paid Friday. I'm not going to wait on Sister Lisa. Sister Lisa, I'm going to put her on a trial run. I say, listen, let's get this thing going from now. So by the time Friday comes, you already got people who's ready to get their credit fixed. That's going to get her excited, right? I don't have to convince people. I don't recruit people. People recruit me because they see the value. They believe the business works. This is the reason why people don't join you, because they don't believe. But if you can show them the business work, you don't got to convince them. They're going to be like, this is working. I got all these people that want to do this. Duh. I've been trying to tell you. Now you got Sister Lisa leading to Bev. Bev isn't 100% sure. She's probably an urchin or I don't know what kind. She just want to overthink. I'm not going to wait on her thinking. Bev is going to be on a trial run. She's going to leave me to her co-worker, John. John says the same thing like the other person. I'm going to get started Friday. I'm not going to wait on that. John's going to lead to his old friend called Bruce. Bruce sees everything, and he's ready to get started. So you know what we're going to do right here? We're going to use Bruce as leverage. And Bruce, we're going to go back to Tom and say, Tom, your boy Bruce wants to do this. What do you want to do, right? Do you want me to sign him up? Or do you want to get enrolled, and you already got your first person? Tom's going to say, well, I don't want to miss out on that. I'm going to get a paycheck this Thursday. Tom's not going to get enrolled, right? Now, we're going to leverage now these 2, Tom and Bruce. We got 2 apps now. Now we go back to Bev. Bev, remember your coworker Tom? Tom has a good friend that works for radio called Bruce. Bruce knows a huge amount of people. He's going to blow this up. Listen, I know you said you want to think about it, but listen, I don't know if you want to think about it much longer because Tom's going to get Bruce in. Tom is ready. You got 2 people ready to go. What do you want to do? Bev is going to be like, well, I'm in, right? And even if she's not in, I'm going to go back to Sister Lisa. Sister Lisa, I'm going to say, listen, Bev's in, Tom's in. Tom led me to Bruce. What are you going to do? In the perfect world, guys, you can sign up all 5 to 4 agents just like that because all you need is one app to get all the other apps. It's called leverage. It don't matter who has the money. You just keep going through people's people because everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Who said that? Trick Daddy. All right. So I'm done with this part right here. And I got one more juice for y'all. Y'all ready for it? Man, I'm dropping the nuggets. I'm dropping the fire. And I'm going to share this with y'all real quick because I think this is going to be powerful. I got a brand new agent that just enrolled over 20 agents this month. And guess what he used? He used Instagram. So there's a key way on how you can actually use your Instagram, right? And start promoting ads. I'm going to show y'all how I do it. So all I told him to do is create a budget. You know, not everybody could do the shout outs. I'm not doing the shout outs. I'm just doing the straight Instagram. And I have people who reach out to me all through the shout outs. Now, how to do a Instagram promotion is the specific way on how to do it. And I'm going to show y'all how I do it, because I get about 50 to 100 leads a day. I see my brand new agent, right? He's a neurosurgeon. He put a budget of I think he started with $150 or $100, and he had 1,000 leads. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I got posters right here. So I'm going to just show you guys just for demonstration purposes. The first thing you want to do, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, is go to your profile, go to edit, and change your profile to a business Instagram. Why do you want to do that? Because it's going to get you leads. Now, once it's a business profile, you want to go where it says promote. You click the promote button, right? Then it's going to tell you, where do you want to send your traffic? Now, an amateur would say, I'm going to send it to the profile. Nope, that's not what you do. You're doing it wrong. You want to send it to direct messages. You want people to start DMing you. So then I hit next. I'm showing y'all how I be getting these leads. So right here, I got a whole bunch of them already, categorized. But for a brand new person who don't know what the hell they're doing, you want to hit create, at the bottom, create your own, where you want to target. Now you want to say, okay, let's just say you wanted to target this as sales. So you can type in here sales so you remember it. Now you want to change the location. So you want to do the location. You can target market this to where specifically for your state. You can target market it to where you can see. One thing I love about this, you're telling Instagram who you want to see your ad. It could be insurance people. It could be people in sales. It could be people who just listen to Donald Trump. It don't matter. So I'm going to tell people, Instagram, I want people that's in the United States of America. So boom, that's going to target to 230 million people. Right now it's too broad. So we're going to get from that. We're going to hit done. Then Instagram is asking you, what target do you want to have this ad targeted to? So you could target it to Donald Trump, right? Right? That would be 63 million people. It's too broad. So we're not going to do Donald Trump. Let's just say we wanted to do an ad. So we could target sales people. So let's do sales, right? This is a sales promotion. Boom, we're going to do sales. Then that's 110 million people. Then we're going to hit done. Then we're going to do the age. Now we're going to do age maybe from 28 to 55. Then you can just target women, since women is top of network marketing. Boom, you hit done. And the ad's done. Then you hit next. And you set your budget to whatever your budget is. I have people on my team that set the budget for $3 a day and signed up 3 customers just like that. I just showed you guys how to get more leads in time. If you didn't get value out of this training, I don't know what to tell you. But listen, we dropping the nuggets. Now, if I had more time, I'd probably go through scripts, but we're going to go through that for another training. Guys, thank you for having me on tonight's webinar. I don't know who's next, but I'm just fired up, jacked up. Whoever's next, come on, and let's get the fire. Appreciate you guys for having me on tonight.
Wow, what an amazing job, Senior Vice President Bruce Rochester, and welcome everybody. I am Johnny Newsom, Regional Vice President with the company, and man, it's been some amazing speakers and presenters that we had on. Bobby Kim, Regional Vice President, Lisa Barnes, Regional Vice President. Thank Billy Scott for hosting us this evening, and my mission is to go over some structuring and compensation. Understand why we come into financial education service is to learn how to make some money, right? And I want to give it back to Mr. Alfred Nixon for bringing me on the line to say, hey, there's a lot of key pieces that people don't understand in compensation. I'm not going to toot my horn. I know I have Alfred Nixon, a Senior Regional Vice President, that's going to come up after me so he can give me the escalades and all that other good stuff. But I just want to train and teach some people some things. And, a lot of people come into business to make a source of income. And that's why I came in. I didn't come in to sing kumbayas. I didn't come in to save the world. I didn't come in to do all that other stuff. Being my background of retired military, one thing is when you retire, you lose 46% of your income. So basically, I came in a financial education service to make $600 a week because there was $2,400 a month taken out of my check that I had no control of. I will tell you this right now, if you have a job right now, whatever your paycheck is, you take $2,400 out of that and see what happens. The household gets very tight. And I needed to find a system or a company or something that can put $2,400 back into my household, like yesterday. Well, I seen financial education service from a video. I called my sponsor, Darby Notes, out of Malibu, California. She was the very first female vice president in company history and the very first female to get into the R&R. And when I seen the video, I called her back and said, I'm in. She said, excuse me? I said, I'm in. I said, lady, you don't know me like that. I watched your video, but if that thing can do half of what it says can do, I'm going to do very well. And she says, are you sure? I said, what's your website? I signed myself up, called her back and said, I'm in. Don't worry about me. She said, well, there's a training that you need to go to up in Atlanta. And being that I'm military, my job was to shoot, move, and communicate. I'm classified as a special ops ranger. So we got grade A personalities. I was like, lady, I don't need all that. You talking about credit? I can do that. Well, the very first 3 weeks to a month, and that's when our company was having the credit restoration program was $4.99, not $188 direct commission, $4.99. So I'm one of the old schools in the company. When I joined the company, was less than 5,000 reps in our company. So at $4.99, my very first 3 weeks to a month, I had volume for a sales director, but I got paid out as a senior field trainer. What happened is because I didn't know structure, because I never went to training. And when I realized I had lost $4,000 that month, I was so upset. Because the reason why I came into the business was to make money. But because I was hard-headed and not willing to go to training, I lost the one thing I needed in my household. And I vowed to myself that no one would know structure or the compensation plan better than me. Not because I wanted to be better than everybody, but I lost tons of money. $4,000. Imagine $4,000 sitting on your dining room table right now, and you cannot even get it. That's what happened to me. So I dove straight into the structure, and I realized I lost the $4,000 not because I didn't have enough volume, not because the opportunity wasn't there. It's because I didn't know structure. And early on, back in my FES career, I knew structure was the key to unlock the money. Yeah, there's a ton of people that makes money and finances and compensation in our company. There's a ton of people that has huge organization, but there's a ton of people that's losing a lot of money because of the structure piece. So I appreciate Mr. Alpha Nixon for bringing me on the line, because I dove in and I helped write the compensation plan. I helped understand the structure and all that good stuff in our company. So I'm going to just go ahead and dive into it, and we're going to talk about some structure. So understand, sponsoring creates income, debt creates stability. I say that again. Sponsoring creates income, debt creates stability. So let's talk about how to build your structure in your business team. So first of all, you want to start out with 2 teams until you hit senior field trainer within about $7,500 in consistent volume. Then you put on your 3rd team. Once you stay in your 3rd team, all the way to regional sales director, doing about $4,000 in consistent volume, and then you put on your 4th team. You stay in your 4th team all the way through vice president, doing $225,000 consistently, and then you put in your 5th team and never go wider than 5. The worst I ever seen was a sales director in a business team that was 19 wide, losing ton of money. 19 wide, losing ton of money. And I said, who taught you that? is because most network marketing company, they teach you how to go wide. Well, that's the wrong thing to do in financial education service. So that's a bad habit, right? Remember, sponsoring creates income, depth creates stability. So think about this. Let's keep it simple. However, the tree is tall above the soil, that's how deep it is below the soil. It's called a taproot. Bruce Lee Rochester just talked about that, taproot. However tall the tree is above the soil, that's how the root is deep below the soil, okay? So keep that in mind. So let's talk about some of the promotions, okay? Field trainer, $1,600 in volume, you're running 2 legs, you have 2 personally sponsored agents, a minimum of $400 in each team, $1,600 in total, right? So the next thing we're going to talk about is a senior field trainer. Okay, and as a senior field trainer, what we want to do is 2 personally sponsored organizations, bare minimum, $500 in each organization, total of $5,000 in volume, and 2 active field trainers in your organization anywhere. So this is where people, I think, miss the concept. Look what it says in parentheses, anywhere. So let's say I had 2 organizations, and I have in my first leg an agent, and under that first leg I have another agent. Well, in that bottom agent, right, and I wish I could draw, but down in here, if you see my mouse, this is another agent here. If he goes senior field trainer with $5,000 in volume, this person has $5,000 in volume. All he needs is another organization that has at least 500. Now he's a senior field trainer. And all this organization needs to have is 500. That classifies as a senior field trainer. I think people's mindset that they have to be across from each other. But if one senior field trainer is here, that's automatically a volume. Understand it says anywhere in your team. Okay, anywhere in your team. Sales director, $10,000 in volume, a personally sponsored active agent, anywhere in your team. A minimum of $10,000 in business volume, and a minimum of $1,000 in all 3 legs or organization, $10,000 in total volume, 3 active field training. Okay, 3 active field training. So in reality, you can have 3 active field trainers in one organization, long as your other 2 legs has $1,000 in each organization. Correct. You're still qualified as a sales director because anywhere in your team. Most people's concept is that they got to be one field trainer in each leg. That is not necessarily true. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Like I said, it's very simple. I think people think too hard when it comes to structuring and building their organization. Now, you do want your organization and your legs kind of even out because that's going to be a good, healthy business. But the goal is to make sure you hit that position title to put you in position to win. That's what you want to do. So now I will just go over a little brief about the compensation plan, and I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about the compensation plan, but Senior Regional Vice President Alfred wanted me to go over basically customer acquisition modes because there's so many people losing tons of money, leaving money on the table because they're not breaking the customer acquisition mode. Well, keep in mind, we get paid 6 different ways. I'm just going to go over the customer acquisition bonus of this evening, and the key is we are losing tons of money. Understand, financial education service is paid a ton of money because of information that's not known or what agents don't do. Okay? Because what's not known or what agents don't do. See, your customer acquisition bonus pays the bills. That's your weekly bonus every single Thursday, which is today. We got paid today. So you gotta ask yourself, if you got a message that says no commission in red, you didn't do a good enough job. Okay? You didn't do a good enough job. So we don't want you having red on your paycheck every single week. We need you to do the best that you can be. All right? Be the best that you can be. So we earn weekly and monthly commissions. We the weekends on Saturday, midnight Pacific Standard Time. So this Saturday at 12 o'clock West Coast time, and then 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast time. Okay? Keep that in mind. Weekly commissions are paid out every Thursday, and monthly commissions are paid out every second Thursday of the month. And that is your infinity bonus. Okay? That's your infinity bonus. So let's talk about the customer acquisition bonus really fast. Okay? So basically, when you enroll a new agent, okay, that new agent has to get to sales under them. Now, most people believe it has to be 2 protection plans. Well, you can have 1 protection plan as long as that customer paid twice to break the customer acquisition bonus. I say that again. You can have 2 protection plans, or you can have 1 customer that paid twice to break the customer acquisition bonus. In this demonstration, if you have an agent that does 2 sales or 2 customer protection plans, then the customer acquisition bonus is broken at $100. That's what CAB stands for, customer acquisition bonus, plus the residual income. So of course, like I said, we get paid bonus weekly, and it goes up all the way to a senior executive vice president. So the goal is to climb the ladder fast as possible. Understand, no one can impede your success. So like Bruce Rochester said, you want to learn how to do PBRs. You want to learn how to do the 1 to 10. You want to learn how to do your live corporate overviews, and don't wait on your upline. Because 9 times out of 10, their organization is growing very big, and guess what? They can't dictate what you do. So understand this biggest thing. If somebody is doing all your meetings, who has control of your money? You or them? Well, if they're doing all the meetings, they have control of your money. Is that what you want? If the answer is no, learn how to do the simple 1 to 10. It takes about 7 to 8 minutes to sit down with somebody and go over the 10 points. And then from there, that's where a follow-up comes in. And that's where you can bring your upline or your sponsor in play. Why? Because that prospect has a great idea of what we do. And that's how you're going to close more sales. Okay? That's how you're going to get more agents in our company. So, for example, let's say we get your very first promotion. At this present time, you're going to make $160 off of every agent that you bring in to break the customer acquisition bonus. Well, this is what I would tell you. Sales director is where you need to be at. When I came in business back in March 2012, sales director was like the vice president. Sales director was like the vice president. Now, vice president is just like the sales director. It's done flip-flop, right? So at the end of the day, what you got to say, we do 3 things. This is what we do, 3 things. We get agents, we get sales, we get referrals. We get agents, we get sales, we get referrals. Understand, agents refer more agents. Customers can refer more customers. People miss that mistake. I would tell you, I just got engaged working with Mr. Nixon, Mr. Coach Legend in the social media piece. But I used to do belly to belly. That's how I built my business, belly to belly. Reaching out to people, shaking hands, doing social events, so forth and so on. But of course, that's the old school way in network marketing. That's the way that's going to take you years to hit a certain levels, right? So one of the biggest things I learned in dealing with social media now is once I engage them is to take them offline. Like Coach Legend talked to me today. He said, you're good at it. So don't change it. Just use the platform to bring you more leads. And that made sense to me. Why? I closed 5 people today. I tried it the other way. People just seemed like they wasn't closing. So now I use social media and my old school way in belly to belly. And it works for me. My personal assistant, once I engage them, I let them know Ms. Johnson is going to take them, do a follow-up call, book an appointment, and then guess what? I go ahead and seal the deal. By then, my goal is to get them sales director fast as possible, because you want to put income in the person's pocket, right? That's what's going to hold their feet to the fire. When a person is 2 months, 3 months, think about it. Most people, 87% of our company comes in business because they need their credit fixed. Well, when they do their letters, 9 times out of 10 is 30 to 45 days. That's when they're going to get their results. But they ain't made no money. So you remember, you got 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 30 days, the person is out. So the key is the next following week is to help them get a check. That's going to hold them in play, because now they're actually making money. And that is it for me. Like I said, the 3 B's, breathe, brilliant, and be going. I know there's a lot of questions. I have a lot of stuff that I can go over, but I wanted to give you the concept. Understand that if you have ads out there, you don't want the worst thing you can do is let your customers or your agents get down to 0 days and they fall off the conveyor belt. The company is doing high fives when you do that. You never, 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 never want to do that. Call your upline, call somebody and say, listen, I got 1 day. Well, you don't want to wait that long. Wait till about 10 days and say, listen, somehow we got to break this customer acquisition bonus because the top company is getting a ton of money, right? And the top leaders will figure it out for you. They will help you, right? Because at the end of the day, that's why we come in to feed our family, take care of our family, so forth and so on. So I'm going to get out of the way. I appreciate everybody coming up on the line. It's just blowing my mind still at almost midnight here on the East Coast, and we still got 470 people listening to the Zoom meeting. That's amazing to me, and that is so powerful. That tells me financial education service has got a long-lasting life because we got some hungry entrepreneurs. So I appreciate you. But let me get the next presenter up on the line. This is the gentleman who put this all together. I'm so fired up with him. I met him when he was a vice president with only 4 months in the business. Now today, he's a $1 million money earner in financial education service, 6th level in an R&R, a senior regional vice president, and I just appreciate him. Let's get him up, Mr. Alfred Nixon. Are you out there, sir?
Absolutely, Mr. Newsom. Could you hear me okay?
I can.
Awesome, man. So I'm excited to be able to close out the webinar before we open up the Q&A. Definitely want to give it back to all the leaders that you heard from earlier. Billy opening up the call. Mike brought the fire with the mindset. Bobby went at the time, and Alyssa killed it. We had Hanzo bring in some social media piece. We had Bruce bring in tap rooting, and then you just killed it with the structure and the compensation plan. So I'm truly excited and honored. Like you said, it's 469 people, and it's midnight in some areas. And today I want to talk about recruiting, right? Since we came back from convention, I think I've enrolled maybe 6 or 7 agents this week. I think I enrolled maybe 12 or 13 agents so far for the month. It's because I understand the philosophy. And if you're on a call tonight, I want you to understand that if it's to be, it's up to you. Right? It shouldn't be up to your upline, right? My upline has never placed no value in my organization because I didn't wait on that, right? It's 2 things that we can control. And you might want to write this down. Number 1 is your attitude, and number 2 is your activity. You have to wake up with the right mindset to go out there to produce. So let me go ahead and share my screen to pull this up. And I want to encourage you guys to write notes. You want to go out there and be able to recruit people. We have an opportunity that everybody needs. Everybody want to make money. We know people out there that's overworked, that's underpaid. And to be honest with you, to start off with my story, I've been in network marketing since I was 19 years old. So that's 7 years in the industry. My first 3 years, I made no money. Zero. Nada. $1,100 in my first 3 years in the industry. right? So we got some people on the call right now who's trying to figure this FES thing out. Maybe you're not enrolling people, or maybe, you know, you're just having some troubles. You got to understand that what Bruce talked about, what Bobby talked about, what Billy talked about, they've been in this industry for a long time and they paid the price, right? You can't avoid this something called process. See, I had to go through the process to develop and to become the leader that I needed to become to be able to attract the right people. So you got to understand that every successful organization recruits. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first got started, I was afraid to go tell people about the business because I thought about what people would think of me. I never did anything like this when I first got involved in the industry, so I was scared to go out there and talk to people until I understood that every big organization recruits, right? The Army, right? They looking for the best talent, right? The NBA, right? The Lakers just picked up LeBron, right? They trying to pick up Anthony Davis. They looking for the best talent in a organization. Look at the leaders that you heard from tonight. Most of these individuals are in my organization. We put together an all-star team because we going after hitters. We going after leaders. We going after people that got influence. So when you making a list, when you building out a team, if you got somebody in your phone book right now, you know they successful and you never told them about the opportunity, you selling yourself short. When I first got started in network marketing, my former company, this gentleman who was successful, I looked up to this guy, but I never invited him to the opportunity because I was like, man, you know what? This guy's not going to get involved. He's busy. He makes a ton of money. This gentleman ended up showing up with somebody else, signed up the same day, and this gentleman is a multiple seven-figure income earner with that current company. He was already in my phone book. I never picked up the call and introduced him to the business. So you got to understand that every professional organization recruits, and you've been recruiting your whole life. I can guarantee you how many people on the line tonight has ever been in a relationship, right? It's Valentine's Day, right? How many people have ever invited somebody to the wedding? One of our vice presidents is renewing his vows today, right? Everybody has always recruited, whether you know it or not. You've always been a recruiter. Now, when you understanding recruiting, going out there prospecting, that recruiting starts with you, right? It don't start with me. It don't start with the company. It starts with you. So when you're recruiting people, when you're talking to people, do you attract people or do you repel them? Do people gravitate towards you? Do you have charisma? Are you reading books, right? Are you growing your mindset? Are you building your language? Are you dressing sharp? Are you showing up to the marketplace the right way? Are you fun to be around? How many people has ever been in a mall or you've been out and about and you've seen a person and you said, you know what? This guy looked like he'd be a sales director. He looked like he could be executive sales director, but you never even talked to the person. You let that person walk out the door. You got to understand that in this industry, when I'm going up and I'm sharing information, it's only three things that they can tell me. If I ask them, are you open to making extra money? They're going to tell me no, yes, and what you talking about, right? So I'm going to go out there and expose this information, and you got to understand, do you make people feel uncomfortable when you're going out there building your business? Now, this is the old school way, and I tell people this is what a lot of people lack at when you're building out a business. Have you built a list of at least 100 names? See, when I first got started in the FES, I built a list of 192 names. I locked myself in my room, and within 2.5 days, all 192 people was contacted and was called. Have you built the list? See, we're not going to play this game no more, making a list of 20 people. That's not efficient enough. You need to put 100 plus people on this list, depending on how much money you wanted to make. When I seen this opportunity, I wanted to make millions of dollars, right? If you're going into an army, do you want to go into an army with 6 bullets, with 20 bullets, or you want to go into an army with thousands of bullets, right? You need to have thousands of prospects. You need to keep a book of no's, right? And making this list when you're going out there, at least 100 names. You got to peak with enthusiasm. When you're going out there sharing the information, you can't be going out there, hey, man, you want to make some extra money? Hey, man, you want to look at this opportunity? See, I look at this business as if I'm walking down the street and I'm looking for the bathroom. Right? When I'm walking down the street and I'm looking for the bathroom, I say, hey, man, you know where the bathroom at? Hey, man, you know where the bathroom at? I don't need a script, right? I don't need nothing. I don't need a perfect script to ask somebody if they know where the bathroom at, yes or no. They're not going to tell me, no, I don't think you need to use the bathroom right now. We're not going to entertain that conversation, right? Do you know where the bathroom at, yes or no? Do you want to make money, yes or no? Do you keep your business offices open as far as making money, yes or no? See, when I got to that process to understand that it was a numbers game, I played the game. You got to have fun with this business when you're recruiting, going through the numbers, right? Exposing the business with a plan and using the 3-way call. See, when I first got started, I had no leverage. right? I had no influence, no money, right? So what I did was I leveraged my upline who had the success story. I connected him with the expert in my prospect. They closed the business for me, right? A lot of you guys on the call right now are talking entirely too much. You got to get yourself out of the way. I don't care what profession you've done well in. You're not a professional in this industry. And even if you are, getting yourself out of the way. Today, right now, I still get myself out of the way. If I get a nurse on the line, I'm not going to be the one that closed that nurse. I'm going to reach out to Miss Alicia Gaines. Why? Because they can connect with her. They can relate to that person. Learn how to get yourself out of the way when you're building the business. See, I've seen people go out there and mess this thing up when they present an opportunity. See, you can't say the wrong things to the right people. I've seen people go out there and say, hey, man, it's 288 to get involved. I don't know all the details, and people still signed up. You just got to go out there and have posture, be strong, know where you're going, and deliver the information. You don't have to be perfect. You heard Bruce said earlier, my mentor told me years ago, he said, Alfred, the people in the front of the room make the most money. I started right there recording the people that was doing the presentation because I had to get in that front of the room, right? So you got to understand that you can't say the wrong things to the right people. Just go out there and deliver the information. Now, sort, don't sell, right? See, Bruce told y'all earlier, it took him 9 months to get involved and start doing something. If I would have waited for Bruce to build 9 months ago, I probably would have still been a field trainer. The reason why Bruce ended up getting engaged because I kept going. So when you're building your business, you got to identify that my time is valuable. My time is needed. I can't spend my time with people that's not where I want to go. So I'm evaluating and seeing the red apples, right? Red apples are people, when you expose the opportunity, they positive, they open, they want to get involved. Those are people you want to spend time with, right? Green apples, you got to understand that you got to be able to identify this quick because your time is valuable. Green apples are people, maybe they interested, we call them urgents. They just got a lot of questions. They want to know the background of the company. They want to know the whole protection plan, when they want to know all of these informations. Those are green apples. They interested, but they just got questions, right? Then you got rotten apples, right? I'm not going to debate and go back and forth with a person about getting involved in my business. I'm not even going to spend time with a rotten apple. So you got to identify who you build it out and sharing this business with, because it's all about structuring your business. It's all about going through the numbers. So you got to identify that. So again, some will. We don't sell. We sort. Some will, some won't. So what next? That's my mentality. I'm always going to the next person, always getting in front of people. I don't waste time. I don't sit around and wait for this person to get involved. I don't wait just because 2 people told me they're going to get started on Friday and pray on that. I'm looking to have a lot of people in that pipeline. I got people that have been enrolling this week that I forgot they said they was going to get started. They seen stuff happen at convention because I was posting on social media. That made them gear into action. You got to keep people in that pipeline. So some will, some won't. So what next? Keep a short-term memory loss, right? And when you peek in people's information, Bobby went over this at the convention, you want to build rapport with people, right? You want to build form. What is form? When I'm talking to a person, I want to know their family. Do they got kids, right? Are they married? What's their occupation? What they currently doing right now, right? What they do for fun as far as recreation, and what's their motivation? You ask those questions when you prospecting someone, you can actually go out there and get them involved. See, my invite script is a little bit different. Right? I tell people, listen, man, we launching a huge project right here in our opportunity. Are you looking at ways to make money? Are you open at other different ways to make money? And then I insert my reason why, right? And then I leverage and get to that person, to my mentor. Then I leverage that expert to get that person in front of the information. So you got to understand the PS3 system that Bobby went over. Pique someone's interest, show someone some information, and do the 3-way call. We got people that's not leveraging this, and they're not doing it the right way. They're doing 3-way calls. This person never even look at the information. You got to be able to leverage and let them see something, mentor, edify your expert, and let them close the business out for you. See, we expose this business in a multitude of ways. Yes, social media is great. We put a lot of leaders on social media, but that's just one of the ways that we build and expose the business. We do PBRs. Right? We invite people out. And this what really exploded our business. When we did our PBRs, we did a more professional look. I made my leaders send me a list of the people they got confirmations from, and I personally called these people as a professional, as the senior regional vice president. We couldn't agree. If you had a list of 15 people that confirmed to come to your PBR, and they got a call from some besides their neighbor or their best friend, from a senior regional vice president, from a sales director, it can increase their chances of showing up. So we start doing confirmation calls because, again, our time is valuable. I want to make sure if I'm going to this PBR, there's going to be a lot of people or a high chance these people are going to show up. And then we tap root. We go through the numbers. When I sit down with a brand new person, I treat them as if they can be my next vice president, but they're quitting tomorrow. So who do you know? I want to get to your contact, right? We found Erica Sanford 3 levels deep through Miss LaQuita Perry, who introduced us to Vice President Katura Turner. Erica came in 3 levels deep because I'm asking LaQuita, who do you know? Who did you get in front of me? Katura, who do you know? Who did you get in front of me? And that's how we found Erica Sanford. So you got to understand that when you bring a person into business, whether they got influence, whether they don't have influence, you want to get through their contact list. It's not about them. It's about who they know when you're going out there building a business. So be brand new, right? Do not present, just invite. When I was new into the business, even though I knew some of the information, people would ask me a ton of questions. And my response was always, you know what? That's a great question. Let me introduce you to somebody that got 100% of the information. How do I get paid? You know what? That's a great question. Let me introduce you to somebody that got 100% of the information. How long the company been around? You know what? That's a great question. Let me introduce you to somebody that got 100% of the information. All I did was stay quiet and let the pros go to work. I didn't even do the presentation when Bruce joined. I just got him in front of Ashton Henry. So if you understand these concepts of getting in front of people, leveraging your upline, you can recruit more people into your business. And this is huge right now. I think we need to do this more in our organization. You got to manage your agents' emotions when you're building in this business. I tell people, listen, for you to hit field training, guess what? That means we have to talk to 20 people the right way, right? Which means you leveraging your upline, you structuring it, you showing these people the business the right way. So when they go out there and they talk to their first 5, 6, 10 people and they tell them no, we still got 10 more people to talk to. I already prepared their mindset that we got to expose it to 20 for you to go out there and get field training. So we got to be able to go out there and prepare our agents in their emotions when they building a business. Now, these are words you want to avoid when you're recruiting somebody or inviting these people out to the information or inviting them to an event. You never want to say opportunity, right? Nobody wants to go see an opportunity when they just got off work, they're tired, they're going to probably associate it with network marketing. You never want to say just join, right? If you get on the plane right now and the pilot say, hey, this is my first flight, I'm excited for you guys, you're not going to want to be a part of that flight. Nobody want to join somebody that just joined. You never want to say that word. You never want to say 288, right? These are words you want to avoid. Meeting, presentation, speaker, my upline. You don't want to say this stuff because it's associated with network marketing and people already predetermined what they think it may be. These are words you want to use. I got lucky. Trust me. I just partnered with. Just started a business, private business reception when we were using a PBR firm, right? My business partner, my executive instead of a speaker. Nobody wants to hear from a speaker when they just got off work. My mentor. These are words you want to write down and use because I'm telling you, network marketing is really all about the language, getting yourself out of the way, understanding how to invite. And you got to understand who is recruiting about, right? Is recruiting about you? Is it about you hitting sales director by Saturday? Is recruiting about you hitting vice president, going to your next title? Is recruiting about what you're going to make off this person? It's about you being recognized, about you being financially free. See, recruiting is never about you. The reason why I've been able to recruit so many people in my organization is because I always make it about them. What could they get out of the opportunity? What's their dream? What's their aspirations? Why did they reach out to me? Why are they open, right? I want to make this about them and what they can get out of the opportunity because when recruiting is about me and that person can see the sense that I'm forcing that person to enroll, they're going to sense fear, anxiety, stress, right? They're going to be feeling like I'm pressuring these people to get started. So it can never be about you when you're recruiting that person. Always think about this person. What could they get out of the opportunity, right? Recruiting becomes fun and easy when you focus on what's in it for them, how you can help them, right? How much your monthly expenses are that we can get paid for you. I want to find out how much they paying their rent, how much they paying, whatever their monthly expenses. That's my first goal for that person that joins my organization. $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, whatever it is, $2,500 a month. That's my first goal with them to be able to eliminate that. So now that they can have stress free and be able to go full time with the business, now that all of their bills are being paid. And a lot of you probably on the line right now, you digging deep, you going hard, but you're probably not getting the results you want, right? A lot of people end up giving up right before they break through. See, my mentor told me a long time ago, he said, Alfred, you can suffer here for 3 to 5 years. You can pay the price, right? Or you can give up and go pay the price for somebody else for 40 plus years and give up your dignity, give up your integrity, give up your worth. See, I understood that it was going to be a process. It was going to be a struggle for me. My first 3 years, I didn't make no money. The reason why I never quit and gave up is because I stayed plugged in. I stayed getting inspired. And I said, if I don't go out and do this, what am I going to go back to do? Go to a job? So you got to understand that you got to stay in this business for the long term. You got to see long-term vision. It took me 3 years to start making money. It took Bruce 40 years to start making money. Bobby Kim been in the industry for 12 plus years. Billy Scott been in for 12 plus years. You got to become a professional because amateurs don't get paid, right? I play basketball all the time, but guess what, guys? I'm an amateur. I don't get paid. LeBron James is a professional. That's why he made millions of dollars, and it's the same thing in this business and in this industry. So I hope that was able to bring value to you guys, understanding that going out there, structuring your business, going out there, talking to as many people as you need to talk to, getting yourself out of the way to go out there and leverage and use your upline leadership to help close your team. Now, I want to bring on a couple of people. And the first young lady I'm going to bring on, she's going to talk to you about the rebuttals, right? She's going to talk to you about rejection. How many people are dealing with rejection, talking to prospects? They don't want to get involved. They saying that, I got to talk to my spouse. They ask you all these different questions, using all these different excuses. We're going to bring on a young lady who's been dealing with that at a high level, right? She's a regional vice president, R&R club member, multiple six-figure earner in our organization. Did Mr. Jaya Hungo make it to the call tonight? Jaya, if you on, let me unmute you real quick. Jaya, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. So I wanted to bring you on. Again, congratulations to all your success. I wanted to bring you on because you've been doing a great job at peeling that layer, right? Peeling the orange, handling objections. People can't give you an excuse for why they can't get involved. So I wanted you to be able to share what you've been using to enroll all these people in your organization.
Okay, so one thing that I wanted to talk about is being relatable. Because I feel like that goes a long way. A lot of people feel like they need to sell a dream, and really you don't need to do that. You just need to be relatable. Maybe you haven't made 6 figures yet, and that's perfectly fine, but I'm going to show you a way exactly if you're even at an agent level. All it is just being relatable and showing people what is in it for them. We go through so many rebuttals. Hey, tax season is here. I got to wait till I get my tax refund. I told a lady yesterday, I said, look, we're going to position you to where you don't ever have to say, I have to wait once a year to be able to do what it is that you want to do. So, again, people want to know what's in it for them. You got to show them the value. A lot of people say, hey, I don't get paid until 2 weeks from now. Well, how does that feel? How long do you want to be in a position to not being able to do what it is that you want to do? It goes back to being relatable. By saying, hey, I completely understand. I used to work at a call center job, but I was sick and tired of overworking and being underpaid. I was sick and tired of telling people, what, I can't, or telling my daughter, I can't get it today. I have to wait 2 weeks from now. So how would you like to end that today? It's just all with being relatable. Sharing stories as well. That's very, very important. I know you guys had talked about that before, but some people may not relate to us, right? So let's just say I have a tax professional. Of course, I'm going to share Ashton Henry's story, right? Let's just say I have a hairstylist. I'm going to share Erica Sanford's story, right? So it's just all with being relatable, showing people what's in it for them, and also sharing your story. I know what pretty much got me over my hurdles is not leaving them at a no. Just like Bruce Lee Rochester said, hey, I don't have the money, great, put them on the trial run. But I also noticed that when it comes to them saying no, you cannot leave them at no. That's a problem. If people don't have the money, that's a problem right there. That's the reason why they need to become a consultant. So again, it all falls back to being relatable. If not saying, hey, you know, how would you feel to make $3,000 a week, $1,500 a week? You guys don't understand that starting less is actually more, right? Just saying, hey, you know, just let me show you how you're able to make an extra $300 a week if that's enough to help you out. Because you don't know how much a $300 could have saved somebody from getting their car repoed or could have saved somebody from getting evicted. So you definitely want to start off small. Those are just my tips. You know, I wanted to keep it brief and short. But at the end of the day, it's just being relatable. It doesn't matter what level you're on. The simple fact that, hey, you know, if I was an agent or if I was working at a certain job, I would say, hey, you know, how does it feel? I joined this company because I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of being a single mother and having to wait on or having to depend on somebody else, you know, you guys get the flow. So it's just all with being relatable, showing people what's in it for them, and don't let people are going to have excuses, but don't let their excuses become your excuse. And that's all I wanted to end with.
Absolutely, man. You know, being relatable, because I didn't even have the money when I got started with FES. I had to figure out the situation. Imagine if I would use that as an excuse and it never got started. So you got to be able to handle objections. See, for me, when I got started in network marketing, I started online, and I understood that. It's an echo coming on. Yeah, I understood that I needed to handle these objections ahead of time. So I used to go on YouTube and look at how I can handle the objections. So when I got them, I already had the answer for them that a person couldn't tell me that time. So you got to become a professional when you're building out this business. Now, the next young lady in the ring on is Miss Erica Sanford, right? I want her to talk about the process of beast mode, the process of how she was able to go out there and become one of the top recruiters in the company and what she's been able to build. Let's give it up to Regional Vice President, multiple six-figure earner, Miss Erica Sanford.
Hey, Alfred. Hi, everybody. Can you see me? Look, I can't see anybody, but I assume that you guys can see me. Something's going on with my my Zoom account, but hopefully you all can see me. Can y'all hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Thank you all for having me on, man. It's so amazing to be able to, you know, share time with such amazing leaders, and I just want to give it back to everybody that came before me because their leadership is impeccable. I've learned a lot from each and everybody that you all heard from, and, you know, especially Mr. Alfred Nixon. Just want to thank him again for just reaching down 3 levels deep and, you know, showing me the way in this business, because guys, you can make a lot of money here if you're willing to make a lot of sacrifices. And so in any event that you want to go in beast mode, it's going to take you a lot of sacrifices. You're going to have to sacrifice sleep. I remember when I was able to recruit 30 agents in 1 month last year in March, and this month that we're about to have. And guys, I'm going to let you know that it was not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But would you rather go through something a little bit hard in the beginning to make 6 figures? I mean, the average person does not make 6 figures. So would you guys like to make 6 figures just by doing a little hard work for a short amount of time? You know, Alfred, I just had the graces of watching Eric Worre's recruit 20 people in 30 days video today, and I was so astounded because I'm like, whoa, I went and did that. I'm like, I was doing something and didn't even know what I was doing. So I wanted to talk to you all about that process of going to recruit at least 20 people within your first 30 days. Even if you're a new agent, it's something that you can do. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You're going to lose a lot of sleep. You're going to spend a little time away from your kids. You're going to have to stop watching TV. You're probably going to have to stop going out and socializing with friends. It's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to be a hermit crab for at least 30 days until you can get this done and it can happen. So what I did was I decided to use not only my personal contacts, but like you heard from everybody else, social media. I tell my team every single day that social media has 60 billion people on it. So why not use that as an avenue to be able to contact people? So what I did was not just use social media, I picked up a rhythm of using social media. So that's something that you all need to start doing, is setting the schedule of when you're actually going to do things and then get those things done. I will wake up every single morning at 4 a.m. to be able to make my first post on all of my social media outlets by 5 a.m. because peak time on social media, guys, starts at 5 a.m. So you're going to have to start getting up early because you want to be the first person that everybody sees when they roll over in the morning and pick that phone up. You guys know that as soon as you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is check your Facebook and your Instagram. The average person does that. It's a part of our lives now. A lot of people don't want to accept it, but accept it. Social media works. You got to get up early, make that first post. Be the first person that everybody sees every single morning. Your first post every morning should be something motivational, something to start people's day, something that when they think every single morning, as soon as I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to see Hanso's post. As soon as I wake up in the morning, Ashley here is going to post something motivational. Alfred's always posts something motivational. People are watching you on your social media. If you are not on social media doing these types of things, you're not credible to people. So they looking out for your post. You got people that will turn their post notifications on if they like what you post. And every time they wake up, you're the first person they see, and it's something that they like. So you want to make sure you make your first post in the morning anywhere between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. Those are peak times on social media. The next peak time is going to be around lunchtime when people are, most people are at work. They're not paying attention to their phones. You got some people that are, but you want to post like when people go to lunch, lunchtime, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, in that time where people are paying more attention to their phones. And then most people would think that because people are getting off work that the next peak time would be 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But it's actually after people have gotten home and gotten settled. So around 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., you got people laying in the bed. You got people just scrolling on social media. So you want to make sure not only are you posting on social media, but you are posting when people see you on social media. Make sure that you are being seen. Another thing that I was able to do is I set a goal. And this is something that you have to be adamant about if you want to recruit 20 people in 30 days. You have to start like yesterday talking to at least 20 people a day, no less than that, for the next 30 days. Because if you talk to 20 people a day, you should at least be able to close 2. You may not close them right then because, of course, whenever you plant the seed, it's not where you eat the fruit. But at least you're exposing the information to 20 solid people a day, not inboxing people on Facebook. If they don't respond, that's not a contact. 20 people that you are actually having conversations with every single day. I would sit on the side of my bed every single day from the time I got up at 4 a.m., I would make sure from 4 to 5 a.m. that I've at least reached out to 20 to 50 people on my social media alone, not even including my personal contacts. Guess what? If you inbox somebody at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, around 7, 8, 9 o'clock, you're going to start having work to do because those leads and people are going to start turning around and answering you now. So you want to create brackets of work for yourself to do so that you always have a constant flow of leads every single day. And that includes posting in those peak times on social media. Then set out some time where you say, okay, I got my list of 100 from, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. I'm going to try to contact at least 30 people on my personal contact list. And I don't mean texting people. Guys, we got to get from behind the phone. People like to hear a voice. People like to hear your passion. People like to hear your excitement about whatever it is, whatever message you're trying to deliver to them. So within that 30-day time span of recruiting all those agents in 1 month, I talked to a lot of people on the phone every single day, not caring what they were going to say, not caring if they weren't going to have the money, not caring about nothing. I'm picking up the phone because I got a message to deliver. Y'all got to understand, don't be scared of people. Money only comes from one place. You got to pick up that phone and start calling these people because like Bobby said, you don't want to go to a meeting one day and somebody got your cousin in the meeting because they were daring enough to pick up the phone and call them and you weren't. So guys, pick up the phone, start calling people. Then you want to also set a bracket in your day to do follow-ups with people. You got to make sure that not only are you bringing the leads in, but you making time to follow up with the people and follow up with them fast. That's what I was doing. When I would make a post or do a shout out on social media, I'm sitting right by my phone to answer the leads right now, because what happens is people will start to go fishing around to other people. We're not the only people who can provide. We are the only people that can provide the type of services that we do, but we're not the only people. So people go fishing for other people. So you want to be prompt when it comes to answering your leads. You want to be on top of it when somebody reaches out to you at all times. Even if you at work, you might have to sneak to the bathroom for a minute. You might have to stay up late at night. Like tonight, I'm not going to sleep. I work what we call third shift. That was another way I was able to bring in a lot more agents, because I got less sleep than everybody else, because while everybody else was sleeping, I was still working in the middle of the night, because you have people that work third shift, and guess what? They don't like to work third shift. So what if you make a post at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, urging them that there's a better way, and they happen to see that? But what if you make your post at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and by that time, third shift people are asleep? So you want to make sure that you set some bracket in your life to be able to work you some third shifts. I'm telling you, recruiting a lot of people is going to be hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it to talk to the people. Like, y'all, the people are out there. When you set a rhythm on social media, the rhythm in social media pays you back by sending traffic to your page. When you actually develop, if you get up every single morning and you post a post at 5 a.m. on the dot every single morning, and you don't have one of those automatic posting things doing it for you, it's actually you going into your account, making a post yourself, that rhythm starts to pay you back. If you do that every day at the same time for 30 days, you will notice that your likes and your comments start to build more on your page. The more likes and comments you get, you end up on the explore page. You end up with a lot of people sharing your posts, and you don't even know that they're sharing them. And that's important, like Bruce said, make sure that your Instagram page is a business page so that you can track if people sharing your stuff with other people, if people are saving your stuff, because people might not like it, but they may save it. They may screenshot it. They may send it to somebody else and say, hey, look at this, and send them a private message versus actually tagging someone on your post. So I want you all to understand that if you create a rhythm, just like they say 21 days creates a habit, that's a lie. You can do it in one day. Start now and create a habit and a rhythm and a flow, and it makes people start to pay more attention to you because you're posting at the same time. They're like, wow, this person is dedicated. This person is consistent. People are watching you. People are watching you. So make sure that you set out some time to wake up early in the morning. I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be rocky. And then guess what? When you set out that time to get up in the morning, you make your first post between 4 to 6 a.m. You go to get ready for work. You're on your way to work. Guess what? On your way to work, it's time where you should be doing calls on your way to work. It's no more idle just sitting in traffic, being mad because you're stuck in traffic or the light turned red. You got to be talking to people on your way to work. When you at lunch and you in the line at McDonald's or Burger King or wherever you at, when you got that line of people in front of you, that's your opportunity to go back through your leads that you can build on your social media. Make you a post during lunchtime. Other people are at work. When you build the leads, answer some of those leads during your lunchtime. When you go back to work, go in the bathroom if you got to answer somebody, because understand that this business is going to pay you more than your job. So you're going to have to do a little bit more if you want to get more. So in the next 30 days, sleep should not be in your forecast. Like, I stopped watching TV 2 years ago. I wish I could turn my computer around. I got 3 big screen TVs, and I don't even know if they work. Don't listen to the noise. Stay focused. Because, listen, I got to do this again. Alfred, when I was listening to Eric Ward today, I got so excited because I'm like, this is crazy, because I got to go on a 90-day run, and I got to do this again, and I got to talk to 20 people for the next 90 days, every single day, not letting up. That's what beast mode is. Every second, every minute of the day, you're doing something income producing, whether it's having a conversation, whether it's making a post on social media, whether it's inboxing somebody on Facebook, whether you building your contacts. Look, don't be afraid to reach out to random people. We got so many scripts out there where in my day, I would include a time to inbox at least 20 new friends, include you a time to inbox 20 real estate agents. Include you 1 hour where you inbox nothing but car salesmen. And then guess what? When all those leads start pouring in, you got follow-up time. And then guess what you do after follow-up time? You do the same thing you did at the beginning. You do it again. I'm going to inbox me 20 more new people, get acquainted, start building a relationship. 20 more real estate agents, 20 more car salesmen. I sent out a realtor script to 60 real estate agents in one day and signed up 4 of them. So do not underestimate copy and paste. Y'all get to doing some copy and pasting. Like, do you really want the $100 or the $380 or the $240 or the $160? Like, decide whatever it is you want and get that in your mind and let it be a fixture. And just get so much energy that you say, you know what? After all of this stuff these leaders have told me, I got to develop my flow. I got to do some trial runs. That's another thing. Include trial runs in your day. They work. I was doing trial runs and I didn't even know that that was a process. It was just something I was doing because I was so excited about being able to share the information with people. Make sure you're doing at least 20 trial runs a day. There's other people working for you for absolutely free that may just join your business because, like Bruce said, they see it work. And listen, when y'all talking about this opportunity, it's almost midnight. Do y'all hear how fired up I am? If you don't have no energy, nobody want to join you. If you ain't got no energy and people don't believe you can fix their credit, they don't want you to fix their credit. So you got to have energy throughout that. People like, how do you wake up with so much energy? Because I know that it's going to be some money on the other side of these conversations that I'm having today. So y'all make sure that you stay energetic throughout this whole thing. You got to run a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. But guess what? In that sprint, that sprint is going to be this 90-day run that you got to go on. The sprint is going to be, no, you cannot go full speed for an extended amount of time. But guess what? You can do it for 90 days and make it, and possibly, if you do it right and work your butt off, make 6 figures just by going and recruit a good quality 20 people. But it's going to take you to make some sacrifices to do it. You're going to lose some sleep. You got to set that schedule. Like they said, the kids going to miss you. TV is going to miss you. But guess what? For 90 days, you got to run at your fullest potential. You got to run at a high speed. If your upline is not available to do a call, do it yourself. Break out the run through 10. Use your cheat sheet. Don't wait on nobody, because when it's time to go to sprint, you're not waiting on nobody. It's just you, every man for himself. And if you ain't got no energy to do that, you're going to crash and burn. So I want you all to just develop a lot of energy. I hope you all was able to take a lot from what I said. Don't leave out the fact that you got to set a schedule. It's going to be the hardest thing that you got to do, because I'm if y'all know the personality types, I'm winter, but I'm very summer too. I'm all over the place. And it was hard for me to get a schedule, but this schedule literally changed my whole entire life with the help of Mr. Alfred Nixon showing me and telling me what I needed to do with these people, what I needed to tell them. A 90-day run could change your life forever. 20 people a day, 30 days straight, log them down. Do you some tally marks. Okay, 5, boom, 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 5, boom, boom. Write the names and numbers down of every single person that you talk to every single day. Write a note about what y'all talked about and keep a log in a pad, and make sure I know they have my pad right here. But keep a log of people that you talk to. Me and Alyssa Barnes, we both got paper things. They got scrabble names, numbers, everything. And we go back and we call these people from 2 years ago. Y'all listen. The people is out there. Start logging who you talking to. Get the energy. Get your mind right, because it's going to start here. It's going to take a lot of focus. And I know you all can do it. We are rooting for you all the top leaders. We are rooting for you all to win, which is why we up this late, giving you all this great information. Again, on Monday, we're going to have Midnight Madness again, starting us up for the 5-week volume month, because that's actually our anniversary of when me, Mr. Alyssa Barnes, Mr. Alfred Nixon, and Mr. Bruce Rochester was up one night working late. We wanted to see who could work third shift with us, and surprisingly, our first call was just like this, over 500 people on that call. So we want you on that call because we're going to be doing a lot of story sharing. Like Mr. J. Hungo said, y'all want to make sure you listen to these stories. They're not just in vain. People are not just telling you their stories just because. They're telling you these stories so that you can go and share them with other people and impact lives with them, in turn putting them people in your business because they heard a story that somebody else had. So that's my time, y'all. I'm excited. As y'all can tell, I'm always fired up because I believe in this opportunity so much. And I want you all to believe in it too and understand that there's people out there that's looking for you. And they want to join you, but they want to see you moving. Nobody want to be a part of nothing that's not moving. So create the movement for people. Be excited, be on fire, and we'll see all you guys at the top. Thanks, Alfred, so much, everybody, for having me on.
Absolutely, man. I mean, just great information, giving people an understanding of how to go out there and go for 90 days. And you guys got to really understand that this is a real business. This isn't something that you do as a hobby, do it here and there. Like, you got to track everything you want to do. Like, your business should be predictable. See, we know what's going to happen starting Sunday. We know what's going to happen in that value month. We know what's going to happen this year because our business is predictable. We know trends. We see how many people are enrolling. We understand what this is because we're running it like a real business. Is you running your business as a hobby, you doing it here and there to make a couple of dollars here, or you want to make big money? You want to make the Alyssa Barnes money, the Erica Sanford money, the Bruce Rochester money. These people are in the zone. They locked in. So you got to understand, how many hours can I put into my business? See, if you're not full-time, that's okay. I built this business on a part-time basis. When I first came in, I had a job. So I had to figure out how many hours I can commit to building this business and what my activity level going to be. See, when I started talking tonight, I said it's 2 things that we can control. Number 1, our attitude, and number 2, our activity. So I understood, okay, if I can do 3 hours a day of me putting in work, building a business, right? Because I got to work my full-time job. I got other commitments. What is my activity level? How many people I'm exposed to the business that day? Like, you got to really track this stuff and set a goal of how much money you need to do to get X. Like, this stuff has to be predictable. And like Erica said, you go on a 90-day run, like, you won't even recognize your life if you stay consistent. The thing is, most people get off track on day 4, day 3. Because you don't see the results after that time. Your result may come in day 37. You may find a vice president because you was consistent and went through the numbers and was actively going out there building out your activity. So if we want to open it up, as Miss Alyssa Barnes and I spoke about, with some Q&A. Like, we want to hear from the people that's on the line. It's still 423 people on the line tonight. Like, it's almost 1 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm out here on the West Coast. But these people are hungry and they want to win. So we want to hear from people that's in the field. Like, what's stopping you? What do you feel is your roadblock, right? What answer you may need, or some of the things that you feel like you're struggling with that you can get answered for some of the leaders. So I want to unmute everybody, but that may cause a lot of background noise. So I'm gonna hand pick a few people. So go ahead and raise your hand. If you raise your hand, it's a feature on the webinar where you can raise your hand, and I'm gonna hand pick a few people and get one of the leaders to answer that question, or I may answer it myself. So go ahead and raise your hand. Somebody raise their hand so I can unmute them and they can come in the queue and answer a question. I see this guy named Jason Wolf. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute Jason Wolf.
Hello, can you hear me?
Jason Wolf, you're on the line. You in the queue. Man, I'm excited for your dedication. I don't know what time zone you're in, but you're still on the line tonight. Jason, what are some of the things that you're struggling with? What do you feel like was stopping you from getting to the next level?
Well, a lot of times I get in my own way. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. A lot of times I get my own way. Like, even today, I had a 3-way call scheduled with one of my mentors, with Lamar Robinson upline. Mm-hmm. And what happened was he was in a meeting, and so I was so excited that I started talking to the guy, and instead of me saying, you know what, that's a good question, let's go ahead and reschedule this for tomorrow, I answered a few questions, and it was mainly because I knew this guy from like back in the day, and I see myself doing that a lot because I get excited and I get in my own way. But what's funny is I'm teaching my agents to do the opposite of what I do, you know. And I'm just like, don't do this, don't do what I'm doing. Just follow the script, follow what's happening when we go to the meetings up there. They do that. So I want to make sure that moving forward, that you know, I get out of my own way. Stick to like this really helped a lot with what you put in your PowerPoint of what to say and what not to say. Like that really helped me a lot, because moving forward I'm going to start doing that, but I need to make sure that I get out of my own way and start sticking to the three-way calls, sticking to making sure that I follow the script. And then another thing is I told my upline that sometimes I just keep thinking of ideas on how to make things better, and sometimes I get so out of space that I start creating my own thing, and the next thing you know, I need to come back to the basics. So I just want to make sure that, you know, if you can hit on that, you know, to stop creating things. Because one thing that confuses me is I'll think of something, and then I see like some other leaders doing it. So how would you address that, or am I just doing that?
No, well, what I would do, great to have you on the call, Jason. I appreciate your input. One of the things that really helped me in my network marketing career, I had a lot of ideas. I had a lot of different things that I wanted to do. And I was really struggling early on because I wasn't following the system. My mentor at the time, he was making over $50,000+ a month for my former company. And he had a right system in place, and I wasn't following it. I wasn't getting no results. And then I come to him and try to invent my own system. He said, Alfred, when you start making $55,000 a month, then we'll start implementing that thing that you're talking about, because what I'm doing is generating me this income. You got a great upline with LeVar Robbins. He's one of the top leaders in the company, vice president. But at the same time, what I was doing in my leadership development was when I was doing three-way calls or getting my upline leaders on a call, I'm not just holding these people on a call. I'm recording or I'm taking notes, because in my mind, I'm saying eventually my team is going to grow so massive that I'm going to have to be doing these calls, right? So if LeVar, he may be in the meeting, or whoever you're working with, they may be busy. These people got hundreds of people in their organization, and sometimes you got to schedule the call the correct way. Like your prospect has to see the information. You need to check with your upline and say, hey, I got somebody that's a potential. How does your schedule look? Right? Based off how my upline schedule look, then I can go back with this person and tell them, hey, this slot is open after they don't watch the video. Now that I have them watching the video, now I can get my upline on the call. A lot of people just call their upline. The upline may not even be available, right? So you got to schedule it the right way, but at the same time, learning while you own those three-way calls, so eventually get to a point where you can close people yourself and be able to close people in your own organization. I think what you said earlier, just getting out of your own way. I think a lot of people get roadblocks. They overthink things instead of just going out there and taking action. You heard Bobby Kim talk about earlier, you know, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. See, I hit sales director on ignorance. I was just going out there talking to a lot of people, just getting in front of the information. I didn't think too much about it. They can tell me no or yes. That's all I thought about, and I had to get to the next person. I don't have time to sit here for 2 hours. I got to get in front of as many people as I possibly can. So if you just have the mindset of getting in front of people, understanding and really becoming a student, and learning while you're on these calls and then these trainings like this to eventually, see, I thought about my organization was going to be 10, 15, 20, 30,000 people far before I had 5 people in my organization. That was my mindset. That's how I was operating. That's how I was moving, and eventually it manifests. So that's how you got to start thinking, man. Get out of your own way. Keep developing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep leveraging your upline, and keep building, man. You're going to be all right. Now, the next person, this guy hounding me right now. I'm going to bring in Robert Jones. Robert Jones, you're in the queue. I'm going to have another individual. Alyssa, if you want to call, let me know. You can maybe answer Robert's question. But, Robert, you're in the queue. What you dealing with, Robert? And you're sales director now. You're making it happen. what's something you feel like your roadblock is helping you from getting to that next level or hit momentum in your?
Well, just see, first of all, thank you for allowing me to come on, and I appreciate Alfred and all the leaders that's been on tonight. Again, from Los Angeles, California. The face-to-face market out here is totally different than where I'm from the East Coast, the Southern hospitality. So I stick to social media. My main thing is trying to build, again, that concept of building the IG, the Instagram correctly, or doing the business correctly. The problem I'm finding is if I try to promote a picture or a video, like 4 or 5 times, they will deny it or they'll reject it. And no matter where I put it, it will reject that video. So I'm trying to figure out, based on what I'm doing wrong, or the training on just that alone. I know Coach Legend is very good at. I don't want to curb it. Is very good at that. So that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to do is perfect the IG portion.
Well, I mean, unless you want me to answer this, or you want to answer it.
I can start it and you can finish it.
Okay.
I have the same problem, Robert. Every time I try to promote my page, it rejects it. So I happen to be one of those people that actually built my business without being able to promote my page. Okay, yes. So that's not going to stop you from growing your business. Okay. So one of the things that I implemented in my organization is just a system of how to post. On our team, the first thing we post is results because people want results. Second thing we post is motivation. We want to motivate people, whatever thoughts you have for the day, whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling like the gym, put it out there because you're going to attract those people that go to the gym. If you're feeling like you want to change your diet, put it out there. Yes, it has nothing to do with credit, but it has everything to do with lifestyle. And it lets people know that you're a real human being, right? So you want to put that out there. Third thing, goals. For instance, your goal may be to purchase, I don't know, a new pair of sneakers or whatever, or some new rims for your car, or whatever that goal is. Communicate about that goal. This is what I'm planning to do. Show a picture of it, because what happens is when you put it out there, people are watching to see if you're going to actually achieve that goal. And when you achieve it, they remind you, hey, you did it. I remember when you put it out there. So now you're getting some engagement from your people. Now, mind you, when they're under your post talking about, hey, I have that, hey, this, that, and third, or they go in your direct message and they want to share some information about what you post, then it gives you an opportunity to not only respond to them about what you post, and to tell them about what you do and ask them, do they know someone who needs your services? Yes. The thing that we put out there, of course, is travel, places we like to go, places we like to shop, food we like to eat. The objective of social media that I've discovered is that's how I make people fall in love with me, right, on social media, because I share so much more than credit. One time we did a training, I was like, credit, they got to stop. You got to show people that you're a human being. I'm a mom, so sometimes I'll put my daughter in my stories, my son in my stories. I do a lot of motivation. I do a lot of goals. I do a lot of results. I do a lot of team building stuff. I shout my agents out. Why? Because I'm showing them that I'm creating success stories with people that met me on Instagram. Why am I doing that? Because the average person that are following me on Instagram, like myself, when I saw Alfred, I was skeptical. So now I'm giving them a comfort zone that, hey, Natalia Hall found me on social media, out at her. I don't care if any of my followers go to her and leverage the service. Why? Because she in my downline. It doesn't matter. Right? But it shows credibility to me that, wow, she met her on social media. So they'll go to Natalia's inbox and be like, tell me about Alyssa. Even if it's a client, I'll ask my clients, hey, can I post you? Can I add you? Can I add you? Why? You know why I do that? Because I'll say this client saw me on social media. They got in my inbox. They did this, that, and the third within their whatever, their credit score increased. Tell me what your followers do that want to use the service. They go to that person and say, hey, how was it working with your credit specialist? It has never not been a time that I've not done that the person that I sent me screenshots of people that's in their inbox asking questions. So because you can't promote your page, because I can't promote mine either. And that was one of the things that I was going to run Hanzo down about when he got to Atlanta when he get here. Hey, help me with my social media. I still managed to do very well last year using those tactics. So you may want to incorporate those tactics in what you're doing till we identify what's going on with your Facebook and social media together, okay?
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And when it comes to some of those posts, when I first started using that platform, like sponsored ads and different things like that, it was posts that I try to push through that they denied. It's certain verbiage that you can't say when it comes to promoting a credit restoration business. So what I did was I drove people into videos, maybe something giving them value, me doing a value video, me doing a lifestyle video, and then they come into my page to see what I offer. And that's how I triggered people to come in that way. Because when you're dealing with credit repair, they real shaky on social media when you're trying to sponsor ads. So that's a different route that you can take. I built rapport with my audience. So it's so simple for me. Even sometimes right now when people DM me and I write them back, these people are like, oh my God, he actually wrote me back. I can't believe the guy actually wrote me back, because I built rapport, right? I'm not just posting credit restoration. I'm posting lifestyle, I'm posting to my family. They get an understanding about me. They see my Insta story. You got to build rapport with your people. You want people to feel like they know you, even though they don't even know you. When people reach out to me, they already pretty much closed. I just got to give them the right information to close these people, because I build rapport. Like, a person need to come to your page and have trust. They're going to analyze your page. You got to analyze and see, what am I posting? Does my page look like a billboard? Because I'm just posting straight credit repair. I see some agents in FES is just straight credit repair. 89. I'm seeing all this stuff. I'm like, I would never sign up for that business, because I don't even know who the face of the page is. I don't know who I'm even giving my information to. So you got to become a person of value that they understand that they're not joining FES, they joining you, right? And once you start building up that rapport that way, it's going to be easy for you to enroll people. Now you're interviewing people, right? I interview people. When I do my post, I say I'm going to handpick 10 people. I'm going to handpick 15 people. Text agent to see if you qualify. I'm not desperate. I done built up a rapport through my social media. It took time, but you can go out there. You can look at people's page like Ashley Henry, Alyssa Barnes. You can look at Bruce Rothschild. You can look at Hanzo. You can look at my page, right? Even Bobby has really killed the social media game lately. Go look at these top level people in FES and see what they lay out there, how they posting, and you can start doing that way and continue to build that rapport for your audience. And then, like Bruce said, I just learned something tonight with the budgeting that Bruce used. He's getting DMs directly to him on a low budget for the average person. Most average people can't come involved in the business and spend a big money for advertising. Right? He just taught me something that a lot of people learned tonight as well. So just build your rapport, build trust, post quality stuff. Go look at some of the top agents and mimic what they do, man.
Yes. I appreciate you, leaders. Thank you so very much.
Absolutely. I'm going to take one more question, because my wife is about to kill me, man. It's 10 o'clock. I've been down here for like 3 hours. It's Valentine's Day. So I'm going to take one more question. Let me see. Alyssa, you a host. I'm going to let you pick the last person. You're a co-host. You can unmute somebody that you see with a hand up.
Jason Wolf.
We already brought him in.
Okay, well, let's go to Lauren Mays. Lauren, are you still on? Lauren Mays, are you still on? Can you unmute?
She's unmuted. I don't know if she can hear us or if she's still on. So
can you hear me, Lauren? Lauren? Okay, I'll go to the next person. Is it Jamil Ridley?
Jamil Ridley.
Jamel Ridley.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Hi.
I think my question was answered in the group chat, because I was gonna ask. Erica mentioned scripts for real estate agents and other professionals, and I believe somebody said that they're in Alliance Group. Is that correct?
Yes, they should be an Alliance Group. Erica, if you can unmute and give her some direction on where she can find the scripts for real estate agents, that would be awesome.
It looks like she's still muted.
Oh, Erica?
I'm getting out here. I don't know if she on though. Erica?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, you can find those in the Alliance group. If you just go to the top of the group and search Realtor Script, and there's also a new friend script there. And the Realtor script can just be tweaked as to what profession you're going after. You just change you just basically change the verbiage just a little bit. But it kind of works for all of them, really, though, if you go and look at it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen, you want to turn back to the lady at Lauren? I see her writing saying that she wasn't able to be unmuted. So I'm going to interview her again. Lauren, could you hear us okay? Lauren, you unmuted. Could you hear us okay? I don't know. Maybe she's on her phone, so we'll find somebody else.
I see a Katrandra Hudson. Katrandra Hudson. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Chalil, I see you. I'll call you in a minute. Katrandra Hudson, can you hear us okay? Can you unmute?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. What's your question?
Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you for this tonight. This is so wonderful. And it's been valuable information, but a lot of it, especially the social media thing, seems like something that you already have to have together, like your page already has to be together and look a certain way and things. So for somebody like me who's basically brand new out of the package and I don't have any of that set up, what would you say would be a first step to build something? Like I like Erica's idea, you know, to start posting and to DM the real estate agents and whatnot, but my page, if they were to go to my page, it's not really ready. So what would be a first step for me, for somebody in my position?
You already answered your question. You get your page ready. So you want to convert your page to a business page, like you stated. You want to establish an email address that's going to be related to your business and a phone number in which you want people to connect with you on. And on my pages, I leave instructions on how I want you to contact me. And it's always via text message because I don't like people emailing me and texting me on all these different platforms. I like to communicate on one platform because that helps me stay organized, especially when I'm following up with people. Make sense? So you want to build your page. You want to watch this over again because Bruce went over that and how to build your page. But you want to put results. Understand that people want to put results. I'm not a big fan of memes and like throwing stones at people because they haven't hired us yet. I just constantly share success stories. I may put funny stuff out there because I'm trying to attract my summer personalities. I'll put numbers out there of, you know, don't let $50,000 a year keep you $50 a month because that's definitely going to attract your winter personalities. I'll put something out there like when you become an actual client of ours, you're actually able to get a website where you're actually able to monitor and manage, you know, your account while we're working on your file. That's going to attract your fall personalities because they need more information. They're very analytical. And then I talk about YFL and the people that we're helping, how we're helping single moms, because that's going to attract your spring personalities. So you want to build your page so you're attracting all of those personality types. Then two, you want to build your page where you have results. The most important thing, guys, and I want all of you guys to think about this, the worst thing you want to do is hide behind your page. And this is what I mean. If you don't show pictures of you in action, and as Billy Scott called it, phase one, working the business, people actually seeing you with that overview in your hand and seeing you, even if you're talking to one person, they need to see you in action. If you don't show pictures of you actually working your business and in action, you lose. Because remember how they say pictures say 1,000 words? It just speaks volumes to people, and they'll come to you and say, well, I saw you helping this person, and I saw you helping that person, and I want to be a part of that. So you want to show pictures of you highly involved in your business. You want to show pictures of you being at events. If it's the weekly events in your area, if there's no weekly events in your area, start a weekly event. You got to call all of your cousins over, and you're standing in the room going over the overview. Take a picture of that and put it on your page because that lets people know that you're very serious about it. So to answer your question, you must build your page, and you need to look at your page and say, would I hire me to fix my credit? Right. And if your answer is no, you need to keep adding value to your page.
You said it's been recorded. Where is it?
Alfred will drop it in the group chat.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate everybody for jumping on. Going back and watch the replay. I'll post the recording in the group tomorrow for people who wasn't able to jump. We're going to do this more often. Was this helpful for anybody tonight? Did people get value? Do you feel better?
I think it was good. I don't think that people want to get off. I think they still have more questions. I think it's like 357. Albert, I think if you want to disconnect, you can, because if you got other people that are hosting, if people still want to ask questions, if some of the leaders still want to stay.
Okay, that's fine. I got to stop recording it right now, though.
Okay. You can, but they can still ask questions if they want to. I think Alyssa's still hosting.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you a host as well.
Okay, and then I'll text you when you can just go cut your computer off.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So I just wanted to
add happy Valentine's Day.
Right. Tell we love her. Thank you.
All right.
So Alyssa, I just wanted to add to that social media piece that you gave. Because I think a lot of people, I don't know, Cassandra, how many friends you have on your social media, but for you guys who, just have a couple of friends, like when my sister first started using Facebook, she only had like 320 friends or something like that, and now she's built her page to, I think, over 3,000 friends now. In a good way where you can do that is by using the new friend script and also doing trial runs. A lot of people ask me all the time, should I start a separate page or should I keep my personal page or whatever? I literally turn my personal page into my business page. So that's something that you can do too, because you already have friends there that you can leverage. Even if it is a small amount of people, you can still tap into those people. Like, you can go to one of your friends' pages and go, like Bruce said, look at their friends list and see who you may have some mutual friends of, but you may not be friends with those particular people. You want to get that new friend script and start just inboxing people, just getting acquainted with people. And basically, the new friend script just basically introduce yourself to a person, lets them know what type of business you're in, and it asks them to also accept your friend request. When you inbox somebody, you want to go and send them a friend request so that you can start to build up your page. Another thing too is start adding people, a couple of people on your team that are in the business to your page. Because also Facebook rewards you when you work it. Like, social media is something that is not an autopilot type of thing. Like, you actually have to work it. Like, when you work social media, you have to understand that you only see about 30, like, people only see about 30% of what you post because they changed the way Instagram and Facebook works. So you have to start actually going and networking with people more so. Like, when you inbox a person, now they can start seeing your feed because you had some type of contact with them. I know a lot of you may be like, oh, such and such don't like my post. They never like my post. It's maybe not that they're not liking your post. They don't see your posts because you all don't have relevant conversation, which is why we always stress the point of you building relationships through the inboxes and then bringing those relationships offline so that you can build your page. And another tip I want to drop about your social media, whether it's a new page or old page, you just get started, whatever, start doing more videos on your page, because people want to see who you are. Like Alyssa said, they want to see what you eat. They want to see what restaurants you at. They want to see what countries you traveling to. They want to see your kid. They want to see real live action shots of you, because people want to make sure that you're not a scam. You got to understand that so many people are skeptical about finding things like this on social media. You want to be a trustworthy person. So when you do videos on your page, the way Facebook works now is it rewards you for posting those videos on your page. It sends people to your page who don't follow you, and you start getting a lot of friend requests because that video just starts to kind of float out there in cyberspace. So start doing videos to interact with people on your page. I mean, it could be if you're going for a walk, I'm just out for a walk, or, videos at events, pictures at the meetings in your local area. Like Alyssa said, pictures and videos of you with your team, or, you having a meeting with somebody and you going over the 1 through 10. Put those videos out there on your page. I know it's hard. Don't be afraid to do them. My first live video was terrible. Your first live video probably will be terrible, and that's fine. But go ahead and start doing things like that on your social media to bring relevance to your page, whether it's the old or new page. So I just wanted to share that.
That was good information, Erica, and she's right. I remember one day, y'all don't have to be as wild as me because I do play really edgy on social media, but I had a prospect and she had just been calling me a lot. And when the last time she called me, she kept asking me the same questions over and over. And then she said again, let me talk to my husband. And I was like, did he come home? Because you said that 4 times again. Like, how many times have you talked to him about this? And I did a post on social media one day, and I was like, ladies, listen, stop lying on your husband. There's no way that you marry these wonderful men, and he's okay with you having bad credit. Stop using him as an scapegoat to, not want to fix what you're ashamed of. And my inbox was loaded with women ready to get their credit restored. So sometimes you want to put some information out there that kind of trigger people to move. You know what I mean? But you don't want to be rude, but you can be factual. So she's right about the videos. Timothy Neal, I see you raise your hand. If you're still on, Timothy Neal, we can definitely answer any questions that you may have as well.
And then Alyssa after him, Michael Evans Benton. He's the one to ask a question for a while, I think.
Okay. Timothy, going once. Okay, Michael, if you can unmute, we're going to go ahead and answer your question while Timothy is getting himself together.
Michael Evans, I don't know if he can unmute.
I'll unmute him. Michael, can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so what's your question?
So I have a mentor. He's new, almost like 2 or 3 years in. I'm pretty new myself. Within the last week. Question is pretty much like, how do you deal with a mentor that is almost new? Like the 2 or 3 years to me is still new, but how do you deal with them if they are the type of person that you thought they were before you signed up as a new agent?
So 2.5 years in financial education services, if you're consistently working your business, isn't new. I'm 2.5 years old in the business, and I've been very consistent in working my business. So the first question is this person consistently working their business and actually showing up to trainings, and are they being a support system for you in reference to three-way calls or making certain that you have some of the information that you need to be successful here?
To me, yes, they are consistent as far as constantly putting out the business and marketing. Yes, that is one thing that they definitely have been doing, and that's one reason why I did get started in this business. But to me, they aren't communicating the way I thought that they would, as far as like they may post them having conversations with other mentors and the people that they've known for the last 2 or 3 years that are being successful in the business. But then they'll have meetings, but then they won't even share the information with me, or they won't even call me. They would just like send me a text message just to figure out what I'm doing.
When you say what you're doing and how when you say what you're doing, are you referring to how you're growing, or what are you doing because you're not growing? Which one?
Pretty much like they will comment like they'll text me on what I'm doing. Like if I ask a question on, hey, did I do this correctly? They'll tell me the exact same thing that I just asked, and they'll tell me that it was doing.
Give me an example.
If that makes sense. Like, okay, if I say, one second, let me think. Should I be connecting with people that's out of state or out of country? They will say no.
Okay, so let me answer that right quick. Should you be connecting with people in reference to financial education services out of the country? Do you know that answer?
Well, yes. Well, now I do. But the only reason why I've been doing that because I'm in the military. some people are already out of the country because of that reason. So, but they will eventually be coming back to the States within 6 or 7 months.
So, but you understand that we service the United States only, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, what was that next question? That next example.
Next example was, I'm sorry. Like pretty much, okay, so if I say, hey, does anyone know of any events coming out within Texas? Because right now I'm in Texas. Originally I'm from Connecticut, but because of the military, I'm in Texas. I would say, hey, does anyone know of any events coming up that I can join, or I can figure out the schedule? They would tell me, hey, you need to do all the events that's coming up. You need to go to all the webinars coming up. Yes, I know I need to do that, but first I need to have the information in order to do it.
Okay. So I think that you should have a conversation with your leader and let them know how you feel. Because you guys are partners, and I don't think that you should hover the fact that you feel neglected from your leader because you're going to quit. And I'm just very matter of fact.
Yeah, I feel it myself.
Yeah, I know. So I think the first thing you want to do is have that conversation with that particular person and let them know that you feel like there's a disconnect with you guys' relationship, and that's kind of preventing you from having the urgency to grow your business under the leadership of that person. And you guys want to come to some common ground so that you both can feel comfortable and kind of identify why they are being a little short. Myself as a leader, my team is very connected with me. They know me. They love me, I love them, and they know that I don't like the same question over and over and over, because when I have team trainings, my first rule is to take notes and refer to your notes. So I think that you should definitely tell him that you think it would be a great idea if he somehow is able to get you connected with some of the meetings that's happening across the United States and share it in a group chat so that you guys will have access to those meetings. Then what you may want to do is try to identify if there's other people in your market that's actually having continuous meetings in that market so that you can tap into those meetings and you can pretty much leverage the leaders in that market that you're in so that you can continuously build your business and not get burnt out with the disconnect with you and your leader. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then, of course, as leaders, I think this has just been an awesome idea tonight, and it has been long because we wanted to share some information with you guys. But it gives you a hub to kind of dive into to get a lot of the information you need and have a voice that asks those type of questions. So this isn't the last time that we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this quite often. So you'll get an opportunity to actually meet a lot more people in your market leveraging this, because you can easily go in the chat and say, who lives in this area? Because I've been reading the chat, and I know a lot of the other participants have been reading the chat. So it gives you an opportunity to identify who lives where in your zip code or in your state, so that you can identify with those people in that state and you guys can develop a relationship as well. Does that make sense?
Okay. Oh, yes, definitely does. I just have one more simple question, and then I'm done. As far as marketing, do you feel that having like magnetic stickers like on the car, like being like a credit consultant is a good idea to do that? I was just thinking about doing that within like the next week or so.
Absolutely. I remember one day I had my stickers on my truck and I was at Kroger and I was responding to a text message, and this lady kind of rolled up on me a little bit, and I forgot I had a sticker in the car. And she rolled up on me, and she was just sitting there kind of staring up at me in my what's she staring at? Like, what is this? And when she saw how I was kind of looking over at her, she pointed at the door, and I was like, oh, and started laughing. And she showed me a picture of it, and I sent her my FES Connect link, and she became my client. So yes, that's a huge way to grow your business just by moving around wherever you live or however you travel. It gives people access to communicate with you. You definitely get your sticker. You definitely want to instruct people on how to contact you. A lot of people put their number on there, but you always want to do a call to action on any of your marketing material. So if you do it, you want to say text this number or call this number. You don't just want to put the number out there. You want to get some type of instruction because for some reason the brain follows instruction and it reads it. So personally, me, because think about it, if you're riding around and all of these people are calling you, and the instruction is to call, you don't want to miss any calls because you're on a call with somebody else getting acquainted with them. So I always tell people to text my number so that I don't miss any contacts. And then I can go in and answer whatever questions that they may have via text. And of course, like I stated earlier, it keeps me organized.
Okay, definitely. Makes sense. I appreciate the info. And I'm sorry to have the cap on. I really didn't expect you to answer my questions and to choose me. I was like, oh boy, hold on next. Oh my God, I was nervous.
No,
yeah, I thank you.
You're welcome. This platform was developed, and this is something we're definitely doing so that we can make certain that you guys have the posture needed to go into this 5-week volume month and the rest of the year so that you can develop a strong, massive organization. You guys want to remember that it's over 60 million Americans with less than a 750 credit score. So it's enough room for all of us to grow. But we need to make sure that we have the tools and we're equipped to be able to communicate with people and get them to fall in love with us. That's my version of how people connect with you because people buy into you first. So if they fall in love with you and if they've already built this relationship with you, like Alfred just stated, that, hey, I already have a relationship with this person, like, we're friends. She just don't know we're friends yet. You know what I mean? They're already just ready to hear your voice and then close the deal. So we want to make sure that you guys have what you need from this end, from us, so that your posture is pretty tight so that you guys can go to the next level. I see Courtney Jackson. I'm going to unmute you so you can ask your question.
And then a little after him is Milan Stokes. His hand has been up for a while.
Okay. Courtney?
Hello, guys. Are you able to hear me okay?
Hey, Courtney.
We're good. How are you?
Hello, Erica. Hello, Alyssa. How are you guys? I have a question about the role of a sales director. I hit sales director. So I've gotten like some agents under me. I'm creating a little bit of duplication. So I'm training my field trainers kind of how to do 1 through 10, how to do the even the overview, so that they can kind of learn more parts of our protection plan. However, as you guys know, hitting sales director, you can get stuck. And at this point, I'm kind of climbing out of the stuck mud, if you want to call it. So I'm just kind of inquiring. And then to couple with that, my leadership is not as tight as I want it to be. So help is not always available. If I can say it in that way. So I have to kind of, make other calls or find out who else I can get advice or who else I can reach up to. And that can be kind of, at times. So just some advice on how to kind of move forward the role of a sales director. What should you be doing? A lot of that stuff.
So, balance. That's a conversation that I have with all my sales directors and above. It's very important that you insert balance. Mm-hmm. And what that looks like, you're going to have some selfish time so you can have some self-development because now you're a leader. And on my team, the expectation of sales director is to create sales director. They need to be creating 2 sales director every month. And because what happens is, as you're going into sales director, now we're trying to get you to vice president. Notice I didn't even say regional sales director or executive sales director. The next goal is vice president. If you establish more sales director, if you establish 2 sales directors a month in your organization, and then you get those sales directors to do the same thing, you can easily go into vice president within 90 days after you become a sales director because you're teaching to teach at this point. So let's go back to when I say you need to be a little selfish. you need to start watching some leadership trainings on YouTube. Understand that you don't always have to depend on your leader to guide you, right? You can definitely leverage other resources that will give you the posture you need so that you can teach your team some things that will regain posture. And two, Courtney, you need to understand that for me, sales director, I was going to quit. I shared this at convention. I was going to quit because I felt like I was going through what I call tug of war. And that is where the people that helped me get to sales director, which was a lot of friends, some family members, they just did not see the vision like I saw it. They didn't see it. It was disheartening for me because I really wanted us to really take this business all the way together, but they just didn't see it. And I was battling between financial wealth or my friendships, these friendships that I had over a long period of time. And I actually chose my mentor, Alfred, in financial education services. So, and one of the things that Alfred shared with me is that the people that get you to sales director are not going to get you to vice president. But what you want to do is go in your organization, go down in your organization, go to your organizational structure, look at your organizational structure tree, and start texting or calling the people that's green and say, hey, I'm Courtney, and I'm a sales director here, but I'm trying to identify who my next sales directors are in my organization. So I want to know, are you interested in achieving the position of sales director in the next 30 days? Because I want to run with you. And then you want to create a group chat with those individuals so that who say yes, and then you want to create that group chat, and then you want to give them daily instructions. A lot of time, guys, the biggest mistake is you think that just because you have an entrepreneurial mindset, that the person that partnered with you had an entrepreneurial mindset when they don't. They still have an employee mindset. And when you have an employee mindset, employers have already created a plan of action for people to have daily tasks. So you're going to have to learn how to think like an employer and put some daily tasks out there for your team so that they can follow those tasks. And as they're taking notes on what to do to build their organization, now you're building posture with them and you're creating them into leaders so that they can duplicate the same efforts that you did to them to their organization and create more sales directors. Am I making sense, Courtney?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What's your next question? That's it? Erica, you want to add something?
Can you hear me, Alyssa?
Yes.
All right, Scott. So,
yes.
So I'm still here. So, real quick, you covered majority of it. I just wanted to add my 1%. Because it's very common and almost every comp plan has a level like that the level you're inspired to get to and the money's available there, but it's like that pit stop between the real money, which is vice president. So the way that I interpret sales director is your permission to lead. So what that means is here's what the comp plan is saying to a new sales director. The comp plan is saying, hey, congratulations. The torch has been passed to you. There's so much money available at your current title now. If you take responsibility now for your organization, because before you go sales director, a lot of the leadership is coming from above you. You have some of the presentations still being held from the leadership above you and your support team and the webinars, the PBRs, etc. And you're still following and taking notes and so forth. You might even have, before you go sales director, you might have had some customers placed in your organization to trigger some cabs and all of that. But now when you go sales director, the comp plan is saying, hey, buddy, you got a $140 raise now if you start, one, to lead, and now two, if you start to take that responsibility of placing, first of all, enrolling those customers, right? And then placing those customers, there's so much more incentive for you now for taking that responsibility. So yes, now it's time for us, and when I say pass it, taking the torch, that means taking the skills. So that means you, again, sharpening those skills and presenting in 3 ways and leading your organization. You're getting paid to take that responsibility now. So that's that $380 represents the potential of what you can start earning. That $280 override represents the potential of what you can start getting paid if you step into leadership at that position. So I just wanted to add that because that's how I had to interpret it in order for me to break through that position. And then once I took that responsibility, and I like how Alyssa gave even more structure to it, like specific structures. One thing to just say take responsibility, But take responsibility for what? Well, ready to identify who's next, identify who's raising their hand saying yes, create a group with those people, break 2 sales directors a month, and now you got the structure, but more to go along with that mindset of taking responsibility.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do.
Awesome, awesome. Courtney, Erica, did you want to add something?
No, y'all did it. Y'all did it.
Okay.
Milan Stokes, you're unmuted. Milan?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. At least I had french fries with you the other day, so it's good for you on the line. I've been so many notes, guys. My thing is, how do I think you answered it a little bit in the last question, but how do I get my agents on board and getting them more involved with things? I know that I have an agent who signed an agent up, and they do legal stuff already, but just getting into their whole system and getting them to actually contact people, how do I reach down to my downline and get them to be involved?
You want to go? You got it, Erica?
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, you guys got to understand that, first of all, you can't make anybody do anything.
Right.
We're looking for people who want to. We're looking for people who are self-motivated. When you put things out there that you're doing, you're looking for those that say, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm coming, I'm there. You're looking for those type of people. And I feel like a lot of you guys get started and then you hit field trainer or you hit senior field trainer or sales director, and then you start to go into management mode with that one little group of people versus staying in phase 1, and that's recruiting. You all have to understand that you got to start developing a ratio of numbers. And if you don't have at least a team, I'm going to say about 10 or 20 people that you have actually personally enrolled and sponsored into the business yourself, you don't really have a ratio of numbers yet to start kind of saying, well, why won't this person do this or why won't this person do that? I mean, all you can do is do your best to motivate people and inspire people. But long story short, you got to stay in recruiting mode and constantly putting people into a cycle so that you're saying, okay, well, I got, 5 people this month. Maybe you'll get one person to do something out of those 5. If you recruit 2 or 5 people, you might not get nobody to do nothing out of the first group of 2 to 5 people. If that makes any sense, Melinda, does that make sense?
Well, yeah, because I've had maybe 8 people join the webinar yesterday. 4 of them already said yes, they want to join, but I still have no enrollment. So it's hard for me to kind of get people, I have a lot of people very interested, and I have a list of maybe 50 people that I'm contacting and doing every day since the convention. So it's just for me to get people to actually commit to it, I think, is more
It's frustrating, but what I want you all to understand is this, and I tell my team this all the time. A lot of people just ain't going to join it as soon as you tell them. A lot of people are lying. The first excuse is always, well, I don't got the money right now. The first excuse is always the lie. Understand that people really do have the money. A lot of people want to go do the research. A lot of people want to sleep on it. A lot of people are procrastinators. Like I used to be a big procrastinator. You have a lot of people that have their own reasons for why they don't join, but you can't make them. All you can do is plant the seed and keep watering those seeds by letting people see that you're going to be persistent anyway through your social media posts. They see that you're still doing meetings even though they hadn't paid the $288 or the $188 yet. You got to keep moving. Like, y'all can't focus on people who don't have the money, because this is what I want you all to understand too. There are some people that really don't have the money. Like, it's a group of people that lie. And then there's the
on trial runs.
Really don't have the money. Like, if you all look at our economy right now and what's going on, a lot of people are scared to spend the money because they don't know what's going on with the government. A lot of people, jobs are kind of rocky anyway. You got to think about the majority of the people that we're dealing with, like Elizabeth said, they have employee mindset. A lot of people aren't thinking, oh, this is a great business because we think it's great, and oh, you pay $288, they're gonna help me get 5 people, I'm gonna make $500. Like, yeah, it sounds good, but to people, they gotta go and process, like, is that really possible? But guess what? You're not looking for those people. You're looking for the people who are gonna immediately, like Bobby Kim always says, they're gonna spot that, wow, this is an opportunity, let me jump on. But probably 80% of the people that you talk to not gonna see it that way, and that's fine. But that's why you gotta keep going, because you don't have a ratio of numbers yet. You said I'm waiting on 10 people to sign up. You should be waiting on like 50 people to sign up. You should have a list of over 100 people, with so many people in your pipeline ready to sign up, that if 4 people or 8 people or 10 people don't get started, it doesn't matter, because you got a pipeline of people that are ready. So guys, don't get in a bracket of feeling like you can make people do something, because that's not gonna happen. That's gonna frustrate you and make you wanna quit. You just gotta keep going and know that you sowed the seed, and the more seeds that you sow and you be able to develop that ratio of numbers, the more people that you will start to close. You understand?
Okay. I want to piggyback. Milan, I think your first question, and I want to make sure I'm clear, was you have people in your organization, but you wanted to know how to get them to move?
No, I want to know how to tap into my downline, because
they're already signed up. Are these people that's already in your business? Is what I'm asking. Okay. You want to go to your organizational structure and see who's in there. And then you want to tap on or go to your organizational tree and you want to see who's green. Now you want to write those names down, and you want to go in your agent search. You want to get their phone numbers, and now you get ready to tap into your organization. You get ready to introduce yourself to them. One of the things that I did to make people wake up was I asked them, hey, Jeffrey Pugh, I understand that you partnered with Charlotte James in my organization. My name is Alyssa Barnes, Regional Vice President. I see that you've been in the business since October the 1st. Today is Valentine's Day, February 14th, and there's not been any momentum in your business. Understand that because you are an active agent, corporate gives you $85 in volume, and I snapshot their volume and I send it to them in this conversation. I just want to be clear before I add you to a group chat where we're going to strategize on how to build your business. Were you interested in being a customer or a consultant? That's a question. So now Jeffrey's going to answer me. He's going to say, well, I wanted to be a consultant. So if he said, well, no, I wanted to be a consultant, I wanted to be successful here. Then I go in and say, well, it's been 3 months since you joined the business. What have you tapped into? What have you done thus far to try to grow your business? Why are you still an agent? Because 72 hours from joining the business, we are creating field trainers, and I see you having a slow start. How can I assist you in adding some momentum? So I asked them a question to identify were they wanting to be a customer or an agent. Why? Because some people know how to upsell people that wanted to be a customer and talk them into being an agent, and really didn't want to be an agent. So first you need to identify who in your organization really wanted to be a consultant and work the business. Then again, I believe in group chats. Those that say I wanted to be a consultant, you have the ability to put these people in a group chat and work with them one-on-one. Piggybacking off of what Erica said too, one of the things that I do when I get leads and they're like, well, yeah, I'm going to get started, I'll let you know when. I always say, when do you want me to add you to my calendar? A person knows when they're going to have the funds. So if they give me a target date on when they want me to add them to my calendar and a time to call them back, at least I got some type of commitment. And one of the things that Alfred shared with us in a training, he said the day before, he always called them and text them, you're getting started tomorrow, right? Because that gives a confirmation that they told, and he'll snapshot their conversation and say, you're still getting started tomorrow, right? That gives an opportunity for them to commit to what they said. So you may want to try those tactics as well as what Erica shared with you, so that you can see who, at least in your organization, remember, it takes 4, just like Bruce shared with us. So if you can get 4 people who can commit to growing a business with you, at least you're working your way up to that vice president level. Did that help you too?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, good. Jim Harlan Bowers, I'm going to unmute you. Erica, are you a host? Billy, you still on? Because I'm going to hand it to you guys.
Jim, can you speak?
Is Jim on? Okay, we'll go to Al Royal. Al Royal, I unmuted you. Al
Al might have went to sleep.